right in here.
The red light hasn't come on yet. The red light hasn't come on yet.
It's okay.
I'm gonna press it again. What the fuck?
It's not coming on.
There we go. I pressed it pretty hard that time. It's not liking it.
As long as this stream saves in my StreamYard, I think we'll be okay.
You can pull the audio from it?
Yeah. I've been pulling the audio from this primarily anyway. Because I can download it from a little bit easier. So, yes.
Gotcha.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
I guess.
We missed last week.
Yeah, I took a little vacation and then
and then
it just
as well.
Yeah, our schedules didn't quite line up last week, but that's okay. We got a lot more to talk about this week. We'll condense it into this week's episode.
So we're going to start off with this.
With what?
I got bad news for you.
Oh shit! I forgot about the Pringles too. We gotta try those.
Oh shit! I'm not going to try those.
Just one.
I would.
Come on.
Listen. Okay.
One Pringle.
Let's talk about the Pringles real quick. You want to show them?
Yeah.
Good. So
I'm gonna turn my ring light on. I guess.
Hot Ones came out with 3 flavors of Pringles. Okay.
Is it 3?
Yeah. There's that one, which is the only one I don't want to try.
Really? Why is that?
Because I don't like green sauce.
Is that really the reason why?
I've never had a green sauce I've liked. Not a single time in my life.
We're gonna try one.
You're gonna try one.
We're gonna try one. It's a Pringle, dude. It can't be that hot.
It's not about the heat for me. I'm not scared of the heat.
It's you being picky.
It's the flavor, bro. It probably tastes like mayonnaise, and mayonnaise is gross.
It does not taste like mayonnaise. Look at this. These are crisp too, because a lot of these I've been watching online. These are actually pretty hard to come by. I got lucky because I was able to get some at work.
I had some at my store too.
But a lot of the time, the package is like all broken. The chips are all broken up, and I can feel the bottom of these that there's some broken ones. But
he's got the girth of the container. So they have a hot sauce one. They have that one, and then they have another hotter one apparently. But that's the only one you're not going to sell me.
A hotter one?
As he pushes it to me.
I don't think they have a hotter one.
Fuck you. You sold me.
I don't think they have a hotter one. They have a red one, and they have that one.
Oh, it stinks.
And they have a classic.
Dude, this smells like shit.
I know. It's pretty strong smelling. Just the serrano peppers, I think. I think that's what the green is. It's got a little bit of kick.
Ew.
It's got a little kick. It's not bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
I don't think it's that bad. Definitely not that spicy.
Oh.
But I'd say
That's so gross.
they're hotter than the. Have you tried the flaming hot Pringles?
No.
There's like a flaming hot one.
Oh.
So it's a little bit warmer than that.
This is disgusting.
Is that bad? It's like peppery tasting.
This is so bad. This is
like it, huh?
one of the grossest things I've ever had, man.
Really?
Ew.
Yeah, we're not getting that sponsorship.
It barely has any heat, too. Pringles, go fuck yourself.
It has a little bit of heat. Creeps up on the end there.
Nothing like the Carolina Reaper Cheetos.
Yeah, those have a little.
Those were
maybe a little
something
more
else,
kick.
I'll tell
But we
you
just
that.
ate one chip too. I feel like if we ate handfuls of those, it would start.
You're
to
right.
pick
You
up.
kept going in on them.
Yeah.
It would add up a little bit.
Yeah, it's got a little. I can feel the heat in
It's so
around my mouth.
Dude, I would just want the flavor out of my mouth. And I'm not. I'm gonna
Hey,
introduce.
you have a nice Bush latte.
I do have a Babble.
Apple.
You're right. I have a Babble.
Yeah.
This is
Got a French
apparently.
roll.
I've heard this is the last year they're making the Babbles.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
I don't know.
I don't know how
It's
true
pretty
that is.
popular, isn't it?
It's very popular.
I don't think so.
I doubt it'll be gone forever. They might take a year off.
They'll
and then
like-
2 years
they'll
from now, they'll be
change the
back
color.
by popular demand.
Or they'll do like a
Now that
slightly greener apple.
yeah, Granny Smith apple,
Yeah.
Granny Smith Bush.
Mm-hmm. Change the formula of 1%.
Anyways, our interesting alcohol for the day though is Buzzball chocolate.
God.
This has been sitting in my
Yeah.
fridge for
Oh,
probably almost a year now.
Are you serious?
About
So that's
that.
why you brought it up.
Well, I've been meaning to bring it. I just keep fucking forgetting.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I remember when we did our first. You probably got it when we did our first Buzzball episode, didn't you? Remember we?
Yes.
We got
I had
the
the 4
gas
different
station.
flavors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what. Remember, I had the
That was at least
pina
in,
colada one sitting in my fridge for a very long time. And
I think that was in December.
Yeah,
I think
so.
it's 7-8 months old
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Because I remember was it Abe or someone came
Abe.
over and they
It
were
was
like,
Abe. We all
like,
had
hey, let's drink it. No, but I mean, I had an extra one that sat for after that episode for a good long time.
I feel bad. I should have done this before the show, but I have to pee.
Oh no, you're good.
Um,
I'll tease some of the stuff we're gonna talk about
Alright,
here,
sweet.
because I feel like we got some fun stuff to talk
some
about.
spicy topics.
Yeah, spicier than the chips there. So, we've got a lot of strange things to talk about.
Nice.
We got some Stranger Things, the Volume 2, which I read a little bit about some of the teasers and stuff for the last. It's the next season. I think it's gonna be the final season. So, from what I've read, I wouldn't be surprised it'll do some spinoffs on it though. The Boys finale was pretty good. We're gonna talk about that the whole season really, but the finale was really good. And there's a spin-off show of that too, which I just found out about. I was doing a little research, and I'm interested to see that one.
Oh.
And then Doctor Strange. Which one do you want to jump into first?
So let's talk about Doctor Strange. That
Okay.
way people have a little bit more time to get out of here if they don't want to get
Yeah,
spoiled on Stranger
spoiled.
Things or Boys, because those are
Spoiled
pretty fresh.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, also, I want to apologize if you're watching visually. I forgot my camera, so
Oh, yeah.
we're really straight off the
Retro.
laptop.
It is kind of cool though because you can kind of see the difference.
Oh, you can absolutely see
Yeah.
the difference.
I mean, it's not
I look
terrible.
like
I mean,
I'm
you still
from the
look
80s.
like a human, but yeah, you do look like it's very retro. It's like very Stranger Things. This is what the Upside Down. You're in the Upside Down right now.
Apparently, season 5 is going to explain what the Upside Down is. Which is a question that I've had since I saw things.
Yeah, I think they've kind of talked about it a little bit. Let's talk about Doctor Strange though. Let's
All right,
talk about like other dimensions and weirdness.
But a pop the buzzball.
All right. Yeah, so I recently saw that. I know it's been out for a little bit. I did enjoy it,
That came out in March.
Did it?
March, April, May. So it's been a couple months, yeah.
which it's already out on Disney Plus, right?
just
It's
came
kind of
out
crazy how that stuff.
About a week ago, I think. it came
So
out.
if you watched so you got Disney Plus. If you watched some of the extended universe stuff, like isn't Wanda
It's just like coffee.
the excuse me,
Scarlet
that
Witch.
almost made me throw up. Just no, I'm just kidding. Just smelled the buzzball. Yeah, Scarlet Witch. Is there like
That's
a
right.
story that I needed
Yeah,
to
there's
kinda,
WandaVision.
yeah,
A
build
lot
up
of
to
people
that?
say you need to watch WandaVision to watch Doctor
Yeah.
Strange. I will say it gives you some important context.
Because I don't really remember much from her. I remember her in the what was it? The Avengers movies. Like the last time I remember seeing her was in probably one of those movies. And
Yeah.
don't really remember too much other than her being all
And then you see this
Just all
movie,
that
and
vision.
she's completely
evil.
like juggernaut. Like absolutely
yeah.
nobody
Crazy
can beat
strong.
her at all ever.
Yeah.
Here's my take on that
It's insane.
whole thing.
Crazy OP.
I personally liked the movie. A lot of people really didn't like it at all.
Mhm.
So WandaVision, I think, is a great show.
Yeah.
Now, I know Disney, and I know we always get into how shitty they are.
Yeah.
But I think this was somewhat of a shitty move because, like I said, I agree that there is certain context that you don't need it to see
Yeah,
Doctor
yeah.
Strange, but it would be nice to have. It's something that comes along with the movie, and I do believe that Disney probably geared this towards like, hey,
Is the
did you like this
DLC
movie?
expansion?
Go ahead, go download Disney Plus
Mhm.
and pay for it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And watch the WandaVision show that we
Yeah.
have. You know,
Yeah.
I firmly do believe
Yeah.
that was a motivation.
Definitely.
At the same
definitely.
time, to be fair, I don't think it is required context to see the movie.
See, I don't mind stuff like that if it's like the opposite, where it's like you get the content and then the extra content comes after. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to expand the universe after the movie, we have this series that fills in some stuff or like goes further in the future, something like that. But like having breadcrumbs before the movie and building into another movie, like that kind of that feels a little dirtier, I guess I could say.
Here's something to rebuttal that a little bit. You have to remember it's a Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah.
It's not a Wanda movie.
Yeah.
It's not a Scarlet Witch movie. And a lot of people say it was such a Scarlet Witch movie. I don't believe that because she was the bad guy in it. Doctor Strange was the hero. So it should be a Doctor Strange movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say he's kind of maybe gray though. Like I don't think he was full on hero. He kind of saw that he was
Well,
Not
through
really.
his many
versions. Yeah. I mean, at the end,
He
he ended
does,
up doing
yeah.
the right thing, but like they kind of made him out to be kind of like
an asshole.
not.
And that
Yeah,
was the whole
not very
point
good
is
either.
character growth. Because remember from
Yeah.
the first Doctor Strange, did you see the first one?
Yeah, it's
He
been a while,
was a
though.
dickhead. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't trust anybody else to do the surgery. Like I'm
Yeah,
a fucking stud here.
Yeah,
Get your hands out of this person. Okay.
right. Get your hands out of
And
it.
so that's kind of what they were trying to build on
Mhm.
with this movie was he's
Or
learning.
just-
He's not a piece of shit. He's coming in. He's getting some humility, and I think they were kind of like it was mostly character development for him at that point.
But yeah, I think it was kind of an interesting like yin and yang a little bit because like you look at her and you're like, yeah, at first they're kind of not that different. Him and her are kind of not that different. He's doing what he thinks. The first version of him was like, oh, I need to do this to save the greater good, you know, even though I'm killing this girl, like he thought like this is what needs to be done. You know what I mean? And she thinks it's a lot more selfish. Like I guess her whole thing was like she wanted to see her kids, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Be with your kids or whatever.
She wanted, yeah.
But that plot line was a little weird for me. I don't know.
The Darkhold, it took control of her.
Yeah.
It like, you know, mixed up her mind and fucked her up a little bit, to be fair, in that respect.
Yeah.
And that was the whole point. And you know that Darkhold, you know, the Evil Dead?
Yeah.
That was kind of an Easter egg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely was.
Awesome.
Yes.
It's Sam Raimi who directed that, right? Or was
Sam Raimi.
involved or whatever
it was. Sam Raimi who directed it.
I could definitely
Bruce Campbell who starred in it. And I fucking love Bruce Campbell. And Bruce Campbell
No,
was
I'm talking about this movie. Sam Raimi was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Yeah.
Which is crazy to me, dude.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Sam Raimi is.
He always puts Bruce Campbell in his movies too. I don't know if you know, like cameos. He's always got cameos.
I think it's because Bruce Campbell's fun. You know?
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit too.
Well, that and because they've had pretty good relationship. You know, I think they're pretty good friends like over the years.
I think Bruce Campbell is too self-aware that he's a meme now.
Yeah.
So I think he kind of comes off as a meme in any movie he's in.
Yeah.
But I still love him.
Oh, I do too.
Anywhere I see him, like,
do you see Bruce Campbell? Not to like, I'm not gonna go too far in the tangent, but do you saw they had an Evil Dead game fairly recently?
It just came out. Yeah, it's really similar to the Friday the 13th game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like an updated version of it.
Yeah.
We should play it sometime.
We should
hop on stream
maybe because it's a co-op game too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Is it cross-platform though?
I'm sure PC to Xbox.
Okay.
I'll get it on PC.
Okay. Or we could, we might be able to do that one locally. I don't know. Maybe stream it from, I don't know if it has split screen. Do they still do split screen? Probably not.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, so, I enjoyed the movie. It was, I didn't feel like I was missing like crucial part. Like I could understand the story.
Yes.
I could definitely tell that there was some history.
It was kind of like where the fuck did these kids come from? But other than that, it's like she wants to be with her kids.
I get that. And then but I will say the beginning, like it does just drop you into stuff. And it's been a long time since I saw the last Doctor Strange. And when the movie started, I thought I was like missing a lot. Yeah. But I mean, that's just the way the movie started.
That's the point they were trying to make.
Yeah, but at first I was like, oh shit. Because I knew that there was I knew there was like Wanda had her own TV show and stuff. And I'd heard a little bit about that when I started the movie. I thought maybe
it wasn't really a TV show.
Okay.
You got to watch WandaVision. It's really good, actually.
Is it a movie?
No, it's a show. It's a Disney Plus show.
That's what TV show.
Yeah.
Right.
But okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
You'll get my confusion if you watch it because
programming. I guess.
No. She kind of stars herself in a show, but the show doesn't exist. She's just
in her head or something.
I'm not going to tell you anything more.
That's fine. I honestly don't know if I'll ever watch it.
It's a very good show.
Fair with you. I'm sure it is.
I recommend it. If you
watch
something, it's better than The Boys. Now I'm lying.
I was gonna say I don't buy that. Anyway, enjoyed it. It was chaotic, Aaron. I agree.
That's all yours.
But
it tastes like coffee.
I hate coffee. But I will put my taste aside for the podcast. And
I ate the Pringles.
You did. I respect that, even though I absolutely do not like the taste of coffee. And Buzz Balls are. I'm definitely gonna probably throw this up later, but. Cheers.
I just have a hangover.
Yeah. I also like. You could tell the Sam Raimi movie too because I've watched a lot of his movies and the dark sensibilities. I would say dark humor of it, but also
it was kind of a horror movie at points with Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
I gotta say one thing I didn't like.
The last part was definitely kind of like horrorish or just like dark, very dark.
The fight at the big temple. When she crawls out of like the mirror dimension, Pennywise.
Yeah, that was creepy as fuck.
And then when she's chasing him through the tunnels and she just
appears,
that's pretty creepy. What I will say that I did not like is Professor X.
Yeah, that was silly.
He was in her head trying to free the Wanda that was trapped by the Darkhold.
Yeah.
And then this Scarlet Witch, which was terrifying design, by the way. If you look at the frame of it, it's terrifying, like nightmare-inducing.
Yeah.
Just walks up and like a cloud of.
I thought that was kind of silly because, like, I appreciate, especially the first. I could tell after the first sequence in that fight that what was going to go down. She was going to pick off every single one of them, individually.
Yeah.
And that was
None of
pretty,
them were surviving.
yeah, it was pretty cool. It was kind of shocking at first how she like took that guy's mouth away. It was almost like a parody. It was kind of parody. It kind of reminded me of The Boys a little bit.
You know exactly how he died, right?
Yeah, he like spoke and it
rebounded
exploded
on
in his head.
himself.
Yeah. No, I thought that was funny. It was very tongue in cheek, kind of too, the way she was taking him down. But that sequence, especially with the Xavier, I was just like, that's
I
kind
don't
of
know about
silly.
that.
Yeah, you could tell they were just shoehorning. Like, there's like, we gotta kill him somehow. It was just like, do it.
Everyone else, I understand.
Yeah,
But Xavier,
yeah. Right. But I don't know. I like that. It was pretty dark for sure. But overall, it was enjoyable. It
I'm
was an enjoyable
glad that Disney gave him as much freedom as they did.
Mhm.
I was really,
Me too.
I was really worried when I saw Sam Raimi was directing it. They were going to try to corral him in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think Disney is kind of making a turn right now after they opposed the Don't Say Gay bill,
Yeah.
and then they took away like their land act where they can do whatever the fuck they like. It's basically their own nation. in the parks,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
I think after all that went down, they're finally like,
Yeah.
maybe we should chill.
So I have a question. You might not know the answer, but I'm guessing the parallel version of her has those powers as well, right? She was just
The one with the
controlling the
kids.
body. Yeah.
Yes.
So does she not know that she has those powers? Maybe.
No, she did. She very clearly
She
did.
did?
Because she boosted herself up in that one scene. Like, she
'Cause-
knew what she was doing.
Because I was totally expecting at the end when they opened the doorway to their other
universe.
that version of her was going to fight her.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm sitting there in the movie
Yeah,
theater
I was like,
with
that's
everyone else,
perfect.
I'm like,
Fight
I'm like,
the good one
Wanda's gonna
versus the
kick
bad
Wanda's
one.
ass.
Yeah, and then it didn't happen. I was like, well, why? Like, did she not know?
well,
how to
because
do
it's
it?
cliche.
I don't know. I thought that would have been like the most awesome way to end it, like a full on throw out battle, and then maybe like the evil version kill
And they
the good one,
That would have been cool.
and then they just leave her in that. Then she gets what she wants technically, and
And they don't have to deal with her anymore.
yeah, and then just destroy the book and then leave her in that
Well,
universe.
she would have had to fuck over the kid though, is the thing.
What do you mean?
Not America Chavez. That was the girl's name, right?
Yeah.
A controversial joke of the show, by the way. Someone posted the first Latin American superhero in the MCU, and her power is
Jumping
illegally
borders.
crossing
Yeah,
the border.
funny.
Universal border. You killed me when I read that, bro.
That's great. So what was it? Okay, so the demon thing that filleted Doctor Strange, did that ever get did they ever go back to that thing? Remember the first sequence, the big thing with the tentacles and stuff?
Like right at the beginning,
Yeah.
Wanda made that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she made it, but then
They killed it in the first scene.
oh, did they?
Yeah, 'cause that's the thing that came out.
I thought she just ran away from it. Oh, that was the thing with the eyeball and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I
That
thought
was
it
the same
different
monster.
things. Okay.
Yeah, but Wanda made those to steal America because
Yeah.
she wanted to travel through universes.
Dude, that was kind of crazy too. That first
Wanda was the
sequence.
bad guy the whole time.
Yeah, the first sequence when he started pulling monsters, using monsters from other dimensions to grab
Yeah.
stuff, I was like, where the fuck did this come from?
Well, he's been studying. He's trying to be the sorcerer.
Yeah, but it was weird. I've never seen him use other creatures. I've seen him open rifts and portals and use light lasso.
Could you imagine if
But
you
I've
could do
never
that?
seen
Some
him-
guy comes to beat your ass in a bar, and you just pull Arnold
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger out of a portal,
Yeah.
get him, boy.
But that shit was weird. And then that was really cool at the end too when he got the skeletons. The ghosts were like he's a zombie and he's
yeah.
flying. I was like, that's pretty funny.
He broke
That's
the
very,
rules
that
or
was
whatever.
very Evil Dead. The way he's this fucked up corpse to himself.
Yes.
Ah.
That was so cool.
That was really cool.
I saw.
It was so clever too. the
We
way-
saw Zombie Strange in the trailer too.
Yeah, that was so clever how they. I mean, obviously they get paid millions of dollars, have time to write this, but the way that they brought his body to that dimension and then they use that as a plot point later
Yes.
that he could revive his own. corpse.
I
thought
saw
that was
him
super
put him
cool.
in the building,
Yeah,
and being the movie watcher that I am,
Yeah, you're
I
like, something's
immediately,
gonna happen with this.
stored that in the back.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're gonna do something with that later. I don't know what.
See, I didn't.
But something.
I didn't. Usually, I do pick up on stuff like that, but I was just like, oh, okay, that's the cool thing. This is proof that she came from another whatever, and
Yeah.
But no, I enjoyed it. That was a good flick for sure, and I like the touches. It was very different from a lot of Marvel movies.
I'm glad you liked it because everyone else I've talked to has told me I'm fucking dumb for enjoying
the
it.
thing is, I like things that are different in the superhero, and that's the reason why I like The Boys so much. It's that whole sequence, let's say the last half of the movie, even parts of the beginning, but definitely the last half when she starts going ham on
like
those.
just tearing people.
That reminded me a lot of the
Cuts
boys. I was
Peggy in
like,
half.
I can see this. Like, this is a fight in the boys. Like, they're no. And it's interesting because they have the multi-dimensional thing. So a lot of times when you have that, you can get away with a lot of shit that normally you wouldn't. Because it's like, oh, this isn't our versions of these characters. We can just kill them.
Give
You know,
shits. Yeah.
right? It still
Throw
feels.
them in a fucking wood
It
chipper.
still feels weird though. Like when you're seeing like.
Like seeing John Krasinski torn into shreds.
Yeah. But no, I like that. It was good. So where do you want to go from here? You want to go to the boys?
Yeah, because you already started it.
I was
You already
gonna say,
made the
I
perfect
feel like
segue there.
That's the next place to go. So what do you?
I
feeling
just
on it?
watched the season
You did?
finale.
I watched it this
coming
morning.
over here.
Yeah. So it's
Good.
it's fresh in your mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
I mean,
good.
It's still fresh in mind. Yeah.
Very.
Did
So,
it play
let
out
me-
like you thought?
Let's go back a few seasons here. I just started watching the show
I'm proud. I'm
2.5, 3 weeks ago,
You're completely caught up.
and
It's only 3 seasons though, right?
yeah, I have never grinded.
Yeah.
Well, no, not never, but I haven't grinded a show like this in so long, and it was
Yeah.
just
I'm so glad
it was
that
a
you're enjoying
fucking
it.
pleasure from end to end. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. Everything about it. I love the fact they do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
This like all around. You watch the show, and you know they were sitting in the boardroom, and somebody
Yeah.
said, "Why don't we have him cut that guy in half?"
Yeah.
And they're
yeah.
like, "That's a great fucking idea."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like there's no. I don't think the audience would like that. I think
Yeah,
they might
yeah.
be a little put off. No,
And if you look at
literally, they are not. They don't
I
limit
respect
themselves
that.
whatsoever, and I love
and
it.
I respect
even
that about
Amazon has to pass it. You know.
That's what I'm saying.
It
I,
has to go
I
through
respect that about them. And then I was reading an article, and you see this a lot, I think, with writers and stuff. They'll say this. I really get the vibe of this movie or this TV series where it's like the writers like they've never passed on anything with
Mhm.
us, but they're like we've kind of policed ourselves in the sense that they're like they don't want to just go too crazy. The writers are but Amazon has never told them they couldn't do anything, but they're trying to like rein it in because apparently I was reading an article and Amazon had to get like some sort of committee. They had to create a committee for the show
Yeah.
to make sure stuff is like
Okay.
okay to air.
Not like a war crime. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
But that show is awesome, and it definitely it's refreshing for me, not just because it's a different superhero show, but also
Yeah.
because there's just so much in the show that I haven't seen really anyone else doing. You know, there's a lot of scenes where you look at it, you're like, oh fuck, like damn.
who was
they did that.
to date? Who's your favorite character?
From the whole series?
Yeah.
Man, that's tough. There's a lot of like. The thing about the show is the characters aren't super likable. I don't think.
None
I
of
feel
them
like
are. Not a single one is likable.
I don't. I mean, you can look at Huey. He's like the everyday guy. He's probably the closest thing to like a normal, decent person. And Starlight, I guess too. I don't really like her though. I think she's too much the other way. She kind of annoys me, to be honest with you.
I honestly,
Frenchie's pretty
I think
cool. Like I think he's got like a
Frenchie fucking slaps.
yeah.
I like Kimiko.
I like Kimiko too.
I
Yeah,
fucking
I was
love
gonna
her.
say Kimiko's pretty good. I
One
like
thing
her.
I will say about Starlight, and nothing against the actress, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I think if she was played by somebody else, we'd like her more.
Yeah,
I feel like the actress has a lot of like the same body
she's kind of
language.
bitchy too, and she's like,
Well,
yeah,
I feel like her lines, she could say different words, but the
Yeah.
lines just sound the same. The way
Yeah.
she says them.
yeah.
And
I would
honestly,
say.
like I said, nothing against the actress. I
Yeah.
think that's kind of the way the character was written.
Probably,
She's
yeah.
probably the weakest character, in
Yeah.
my opinion, in the
Yeah.
entire show.
I don't really like Mother's Milk that much either.
Oh, you don't like him, man?
No,
Bro, you're crazy.
he kind of okay. So
I loved him the most at the end of season 3.
really, well, here's the thing. I actually like Soldier Boy a lot, and I
like Soulja Boy.
probably shouldn't. I know the character itself, like he's kind of he's shit. He's like the OG Homelander, right?
Yeah.
It's like his old crew, like you see flashbacks.
Well, he's the reason Homelander is a piece of shit, kind of, because he comes
Yeah.
from his blood, really.
Well, I mean,
Sorry for spoilers,
that's
people.
nurture versus whatever. I guess you would get the whole debate about that because he wasn't involved in his raising him at all. You know,
Exactly.
You're saying like genetically.
Yes,
You
but
think
at the end of the
genetically?
show, we find out he was a boarding school. He
Yeah.
was, always a rich
his
kid.
dad and his
And
dad
whether or
didn't-
not he was, neglected.
Well,
he
his
was-
dad treated him like his dad was involved in his life, but his dad basically, I think that whole metaphor at the end where he was like, yeah, you're weak.
But it's
blah,
not
blah,
like he
blah.
wasn't supplied for.
Right.
He didn't come from nothing. He came from a rich parent who sent him to boarding school and got him
Well,
superpowers.
Yeah, there was a lot of parallels. They were very similar to each other. They didn't realize it, but I just like the actor too. I like Jensen Ackles. I think he's pretty cool. I like him Supernatural.
No, I never
and
seen
I
Supernatural.
I kind of, and I've watched shows like 15 seasons or some shit. It's crazy. But I didn't want him to leave because I was like, man, he's a good actor. He's cool. And his character is really interesting. And I
It's
thought,
not exactly gone. But
no, he's not. And yeah, I was like, I expected them to eviscerate him somehow. But yeah, he's on ice for now. So he may come back, may not. But, you know,
I like.
I like Homelander in the sense that I feel like
Yeah, he's a well-written character.
he's a great, and
Oh
the
my
actor's
God.
amazing.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny what you told me a couple weeks ago about how Anthony Starr
yeah.
had like a Homelander run-in.
Yeah.
Apparently, dude.
Mhm. I don't know if you've ever seen any interviews for him, either if you just look at some
He's
interviews.
just a complete cockhole.
He is, yeah. You could say like he's being sarcastic.
It's 'cause he's a
or
New
sense of humor.
Zealander, bro.
Yeah, but he's kind of an asshole.
It's
Like,
because he's from New Zealand.
he even talks about the scene where
I hate to say that because I
Yeah.
would love to live in New Zealand. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's a great country. Like one of like the lowest
He-
crime rates. Like
he
it's one of the
definitely-
safest countries on the planet.
yeah,
But New Zealand, you have to have a point system to live there.
no,
Like you
no.
have to pass a point system
Really?
to go to New Zealand. Like you have to be a good person. Yes. And so I think they're all kind of pretentious when they're like, I have
I'm better than everyone
better
else.
points than you. You ever read the book?
Can you get kicked out if you lose points? And
I don't know. You ever
How does
read
that
the
work?
Speeches by Dr. Seuss?
Uh-uh.
The star-bellied Speeches?
No.
Oh,
Are they from New Zealand?
so everybody, they might as well be. So this guy shows up with a machine.
Mhm.
So there's star-bellied Sneeches and there's regular Sneeches, and the star-bellied Sneeches think they're better. And so this guy has a machine that can make you one. And so
Okay.
everybody becomes star-bellied.
yeah,
And then nobody's like non-star.
yeah.
And,
so
and then it
the
becomes
star becomes cool.
exactly. I was like, I want to be non-star. So they
yeah.
just keep going back and forth.
Yeah,
And this guy with the
Society.
machine just makes a fuckload of money because he's swapping them back and
the
forth.
machine is the government.
yeah. But that's my point exactly. I feel like they feel like they're star-bellied
No,
Sneeches.
yeah, it's funny because you watch interviews with them, and like there was a scene where they're talking about the scene where he pushed the kid off the roof, and they're like, he had like no remorse. They're asking him, and he's like everyone else, the Queen Maeve actress, whoever, he's like, she was really bummed about. I don't know, it was a different scene, but he's like, yeah, I didn't really care. He's like, whatever, you know, like I thought it was funny, you know. He's like, I enjoyed it, and there was the scene where they were talking about the plane. Remember the plane where he was like, stand the fuck back, all you
Yeah.
motherfuckers, and
Yeah.
like he kills everyone. He doesn't technically, he does technically
He
kill
kind
them.
of causes
He causes it and then lets him die. And he said that the actress that played Queen Maeve was like torn up about the scene, and she was like, oh, you know, she was
Wow.
like emotionally attached to it, like what they did. And he said it was the best day of his life. Like he thought it was the funniest thing ever. That the scene happened. He's like,
I almost
he's, like,
want
wearing
to say
sunglasses, and
he is trying to be Homelander-ish, like attempting to be. I think the bar thing where he got arrested in Spain,
yeah,
probably not. I think he was fucking up.
yeah,
but
yeah.
I think
You think
maybe in
his-
like those
these
interviews,
yeah,
maybe he is trying to be like that to kind of like
maybe he could just
push
have a
the
really
character
dark
a
sense
little
of
harder.
humor, which I can respect to a degree. Like I have a dark sense of humor, but like he definitely doesn't seem like the interviews I've seen. Like he gives a fuck. Like him of all the other character or the people is just like, fuck him. You know, like straight up, like that's his personality. But I will say
he's a great actor.
He's an amazing actor.
Oh my
like
God.
Homelander, like.
He's the basketball star that you play against and keeps dunking on you, but you're like,
yeah.
I fucking hate him.
He's
but
like the biggest
holy shit.
thing in the show that you despise so much. Like I hate him, but at the same time, I'm like, I think about like they actually had killed Homelander. Like
They wouldn't-
that's
it
the heart
wouldn't
of
be
the
a show anymore,
I was gonna
yeah.
say like he is the heart of the show.
he's
Like
legitimately the driving
you
force.
cannot get rid of him.
If Billy Butcher doesn't have a goal, then
Right.
you don't have the boys.
That's the only thing I can think of though. That's
They've broken apart how many times?
the only way I can imagine, and it could happen in the future. It could be foreshadowing. I don't know. The only way I could see, like, if they got rid of Homelander, would be like Billy the Butcher would take his place, and I think he absolutely would. And they might be
Yeah.
building up to that because you can see he's got similar powers.
Well,
to
he's
him.
gonna die
Yeah.
eventually, unless
He gets permanent,
V.
which would what would that turn him into?
A suit.
Essentially,
Maybe he'll just kill himself.
essentially.
Maybe he'll kill Homelander then kill himself.
I don't know. I feel like once he says he hates it, but I don't think he hates it. I think he really likes it, but he just tells himself that he tells everyone else how much he hates soups. You know what I mean?
I think he likes the power from
Definitely
feeling
does.
powerless for so long.
Definitely does. Yeah. So that should be interesting. I'm sure that'll be an arc in the future.
No, as far as we are now and knowing what we know in the show,
Yeah.
I think it is so fucking funny. The first episode when he fights Translucent
Yeah.
and he just expects to win.
Mhm.
Like he's just sitting there fighting one of the top
Oh, you're right.
superheroes
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
planet,
I
not
love,
giving two fucks.
I love
bro.
that scene when he walks in the like gas station and he's just like, hey, let's fuck this guy up. You know, he's like so confident and he's just like spitting blood on him and stuff. Like you gotta respect.
Like, you don't even know who this guy is. Yeah, you don't know what
Yeah.
he's been through. You don't know why he's beating the shit out of this guy.
He's so carefree. He's just like whatever.
And now that we know like how strong Translucent probably really
Oh
was,
yeah.
and
His skin was like
it
impenetrable.
was
or whatever.
like diamond. Yeah,
yeah.
dude, it's just so funny to me to
That
think
is
back on
funny.
that.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I love about the show is that
Yeah.
Billy Butcher will take any
Oh,
opportunity
yeah,
he can
yeah.
get
And
to
he's a
go
piece of
after
shit.
Homelander whatsoever.
He's equally as
You know-
bad as Homelander
Well,
as a person.
I think it's funny. This season 3 that we watched actually is Homelander. I think was humanized a little bit,
yeah.
and I think Billy Butcher was superized
Yeah.
a little bit during the
I-
season.
I love that scene where
He's
like,
talking to himself
yeah,
in the mirror.
That
I
shit
thought it
was awesome.
great.
Yeah.
And you can tell like there is like a
a
decent
little bit of
person.
a sliver of it.
And,
Yeah.
You know, not having powers is what fucked Billy Butcher up, and
Mhm.
having powers is what fucked up Homelander.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I love that
So
line that
clever.
Maeve says. She goes, "You'd be nothing without the superpowers."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
What do you think
Or
about-
no, she goes, "You need the powers."
What do you think about like that end sequence and what's kind of set up where he was in the crowd with the crowd of
And he
people
tapped that
and
guy.
everyone cheered him on.
Bro, I saw it coming from a mile
Yeah.
away.
They've
Because
been building up
this
to
is
it.
this is just looking at the world around us.
Yeah.
Even
And that's what I love
I'm
about the
not
show
even-
too. It's so accurate to
I'm not trying to be some like edgy,
political.
Dude.
Yeah.
but like people do shitty things,
They do.
and there's
They get praised for it.
there's two sides. You know, there's what
Yeah.
the fuck you doing, and there's woo. You know,
Yeah.
like, and I
Are you
can
comparing that to like Mike
absolutely
Tyson
see
punching that
happening.
guy?
I do.
Like,
I do find it hilarious that Todd was the one to start cheering, though.
I didn't realize that until I watched the video breaking it down. The guy, Mother
Yeah.
Milk's.
the stepdad.
Yeah,
to
he
his
looked
daughter.
familiar. I was like, this guy looks familiar. He's
No,
been
yeah,
on
that
the
was,
show.
that was Todd, the stepdad.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
I noticed
too.
that in
Like,
my head. I was like, he's just
Yeah.
fucking cheering, isn't he, bro?
How do you feel about Todd? I hate that
Oh,
fucking guy.
piece of shit, bro.
Yeah, I want
Piece of
Mother's
shit.
Milk to just manhandle him.
One thing I did not like about that scene is how they labeled both sides. Because
Yeah,
the guy who got zapped, they called him a libtard, so they were drawing very clear lines between both parties.
Mhm.
And I'm all for political commentary,
yeah,
but I think they should have made it a little bit more nebulous on how they felt about
Yeah,
political commentary.
that's fair.
So, because I think both sides are pretty animalistic when it comes to their
I think they
views.
are, but I feel like I think that's why they did it, just to show that both sides were animalistic. They were both like
Yeah, because he threw a
extremes.
can, but
Yeah.
they cheered when he got
Exactly.
exploded.
So they were both like not okay.
But that's very scary for next season. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's definitely-
he has like the kind of the right to do whatever the fuck
And
he
that
wants.
and
now.
that's what I was gonna say. That was you see that in the season slowly, like that. The only thing really holding him back is he cares about what people think about him.
Yeah.
And the reason why he hasn't been doing shit is because he cares about his stats and like
Mhm.
you know.
And now they're
he
cheering for him
realizes
for
that.
killing people.
And it's slowly been building for that because he had that outburst where he was talking shit about the company, and then his numbers boosted.
like
but now
20-something%.
now he's doing like violent shit, and people still are accepting of it. So,
You have to watch The Boys, Aaron. Absolutely. We
I think
spoiled so much for you.
Yeah,
We should
yeah,
probably
yeah.
get out of here.
I
but-
feel like a lot of people that's the case. Though there's been a lot of people have been jumping on it because of Jensen this third season, which is great.
really, I
think
jumped
it's
on it because some guy exploded, but
Yeah.
in the first episode.
So what caused you to jump on? Because I remember I've talked about it
So
a little bit. And I
I-
was trying to get you to watch it.
I've heard about it, and I've always really wanted to watch it. And I will tell you that you were the driving force to actually
I
get
was?
me to start it. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm
It
so
wasn't.
glad.
It wasn't about the scene you told me about,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I think you know what scene I'm talking about.
No,
It broke the
the
internet.
scene with were you talking about
The first episode of
No,
season
yeah,
3.
yeah, but I'm saying the scene that drew you was in the first episode, right? With Huey? Was it the one with Huey? Or is it no, with his girlfriend?
No, it's with the guy that grows and shrinks.
Oh, that's what
That's the one
what
you-
pulled you in.
It's on Amazon.
No, I know.
Aaron.
I talked about that because that was in the newest season, but I'm saying like before that.
That's the
the-
scene you told me about.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that was the scene that got me into it. I kind of was stumbled on Amazon Prime and I was watching the first episode. And I was like, yeah, this show's whatever. And then he was talking to his girlfriend on the curb. And
Oh, you're talking about the first episode of season 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was talking about the first episode of season 3.
Okay.
'Cause
Wait,
there-
you didn't start at 3 though, did
No,
you?
no.
Okay. Gotcha.
No, you told me about a scene in season
Yeah, yeah,
3, and
But that was-
I've always wanted to watch
That was a
it.
couple weeks ago. So or like
Oh,
3 weeks ago.
I legitimately binged this in 3 weeks.
Really?
straight. I
Holy
said that at the
shit.
beginning of the episode.
Okay.
I said I haven't done
Respect,
that in a
respect.
while. But no, like literally binged it in 3 weeks.
That's
Just
awesome.
Straight from episode 1 to
Yeah.
season finale.
I'm so glad.
Season 3.
So glad. I'm glad you got caught up. Quick little tangent on the boys. They're apparently, I just found this out before you came over. They're doing a spinoff. They've already
For
done
the
an
boys?
animated one. Like, it's on Amazon Prime.
For the boys.
Yeah.
What?
It's called the University or like something like that. Maybe not the university, but it's something similar to that. And it's supposed to like, apparently there's a group in the show or in the comics called the G-Men, and they're like a total ripoff of X-Men. And the show is supposed to, I think it's animated, but it's supposed to take place like, you know how the X-Men have that school that they go to?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like that. And they have parodies of all. Apparently the X-Men have like X-Force, there's a bunch of different branches of the X-Men. And in the comic, they have like the G-Men and like G-Force and like a bunch of parodies. And they're supposed to, it's basically going to be based off of those. And so it should be interesting. They said it might be coming out as soon as like 2013, but it'll be more of the same. Like,
What did you just say?
they're 2023 is what I'm saying. Yeah. It's already, they went back in time.
I wish,
Well, you
bro.
heard about CERN, right? Did you hear about the CERN Hadron Collider?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
They collided at like the fastest. ever.
Yeah.
It was.
So that's what happened. So the show it was already created. We just didn't know. no.
Hey, if time was fucked with, we would have no idea.
We wouldn't.
You know. So.
People have said that there's new Mandela effects from that. That's what they claim the Mandela effects initially came because they've done this before.
Because they make a split
Yeah.
in the universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. But yeah, if time was fucked with, we wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know.
Pretty crazy.
Or we would be like, something seems off.
Which this is why I drink.
Yeah. Cheers.
Speaking, I'm gonna chug this real quick. Everyone who knows my
Oh, yeah.
shotguns, my chug is
Thank you.
faster.
Don't worry about it.
And this is in celebration of
Definitely check it out, Aaron. It's worth checking out. The show's filled with so many like what the fuck moments. I feel like we kind of talked a little bit about the finale of season 3, but there's so many characters and stuff building up to that you'll still enjoy the show.
Oh my
a
god,
lot.
yes. You could know every big scene
Yeah.
and you'll still love the show.
Could be, Aaron. Could be.
So yeah, I got my mug back. This chug is in celebration.
That's awesome. That mug
of
is
such a thing.
dope.
I haven't had this mug
Yeah.
for probably 6 months. And
That is killer.
I lost it New Year's, actually. So
To New Year's.
I don't know about sitting, but standing I know my chug
Yeah.
fast.
Get it. Before you do that, no, go ahead. One other. Oh man, killing it, dude. Killing it. How'd you feel about Black Noir? His ending.
Bro. He is probably the saddest character in the show for me.
You think so?
I don't think he's ever had his own will.
Yeah.
I feel like he
have
was
a
kind
weird
of
connection
a
with
new employee for Vought when
Yeah.
he started.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like
His
I
art.
want to please my bosses. I want to
Yeah.
get things done. And then he gets things done and he
Yeah.
gets to a point where he can probably start to do his own thing, speak for himself.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
That was
fucking
unexpected to me. The way it went down, I was not expecting that. to
Soldier
happen
Boy,
like that.
Soldier Boy gives him fucking brain damage. And then
Yeah. Yeah.
dude, just I feel so
I
bad
thought-
for him. He gets to a point where he can probably he has his position in the company.
Mhm.
He's part of the 7. Speak
Mhm.
for himself.
Speak for himself.
Then he gets fucking brain damage, and now he literally
Yeah.
can't speak.
Yeah.
Legitimately cannot speak anymore.
Yeah.
And like everything is fucked up in his head, and he's seeing cartoon animals that tell him what
That
to
was
do.
crazy. Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
he is one of the best characters for me. He's up there.
Really?
He's top 3 for me for
I
sure.
thought season 1, I thought he was probably, in my opinion, he was like one of the coolest characters. I was like,
Yeah.
he was so mysterious. Yeah, it's like they built him up. I wouldn't say.
I never
Kinda
expected
fell
what
off
we
of
got out of him. I never expected it either. To be
No,
honest with you.
I didn't either.
Him. So I'd probably say Homelander, Butcher, and him are my top 3
Yeah.
best written characters.
They're definitely
they're great.
they're great. So like they're not likable characters, but they
Absolutely
definitely
not.
drive the show for sure. I would say Butcher, Homelander.
Thor's
top
not
two.
going to drive shit anymore.
Yeah, no. I thought so. This would be a cool twist. So I read a little bit about the comics. I've talked about it before. Like in the comics, Noir is a literal clone of Homelander, and I think I've said that his whole creation was a safeguard in case Homelander goes off the deep end. He's supposed to kill him, and then he goes insane because he's waiting to do this thing that he can't do. So then nobody else knows what he looks like 'cause he has the thing on. So he goes around, does heinous shit, guiding the guys of Homelander. It's not actually Homelander doing the shit to make Homelander look bad. Homelander thinks he's like losing his mind. He doesn't remember like raping people, killing people, and all this shit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So, and Homelander's not great in the comics, I don't think, but he's not as bad as it seems. And spoiler alert, Noir in the comics actually does end up killing Homelander.
Oh.
So I respect that they totally made him a different character. He's completely,
He's his own entity.
different, his own entity. But I thought it'd be really cool twist if they had killed Noir and then Soldier Boy like took on the guise of Noir.
Oh, wow.
And so that way the public wouldn't know that Noir got replaced, and that way, because Soldier Boy doesn't have a good reputation anyway, because
So it would be beneficial.
it would be
to him.
beneficial to him, and he'd be by his son, and he could stay, and
Mhm.
he'd be the only person that could really keep Homelander in check, technically.
Yeah.
I thought that would be a cool twist.
And he wouldn't go insane because he's not
Right.
programmed to take out his son if he has to.
Right, but I thought I thought potentially before the finale that was going to happen, that they were going to work together and they'll kind of help each other out, because that would be beneficial but then you look at someone like Homelander and Soldier Boy, because they're very similar.
Yeah.
And you can't imagine Homelander hiding his identity. He wouldn't want to do that.
No.
He's
That's
too
the whole point.
too
of it.
cocky. So
Well,
it wouldn't work out
in the show.
In the show. Yeah,
I think this is kind of a funny topic because, people complain a lot when animes come out. It's like, you're not following the manga,
yeah.
And now we have this show that is based on this
Completely
comic
branched.
book,
Yeah.
and it's a complete
Which is great.
different. Because I've looked
Yeah.
into the comics a little bit too.
Yeah.
And I was curious.
It's very
I was like,
different, very different.
how closely do they stick to the source material? And they don't.
They don't
Like, just- and I love
Stormfront in the
I love that
comics.
they have two good stories
Yeah.
in separate entities. I think that's great.
Like even Soldier Boy in the comics, from what I read, he's multiple different people that take on the mantle of the Soldier Boy. And he's like this little scrawny, like the newest version of him is like this pissing, he literally pisses his pants when he goes into war.
He's like
this
Captain
scrawny guy.
America.
Yes. Yeah. It's not the same person. It's like, they just give them the Captain America. And then like Stormfront, for example, it was a guy in the comics. And actually Stormfront's DNA was used to create Homelander in the comics. That's where he got his powers. So they kind of took some of that and put it with Soldier Boy. They kind of changed the formula, but it's totally different, which is cool. And I think the boys in the comics start with powers. I think that some of them have powers.
Yeah.
So, but it's good because then you got like
What we
an
should
audience
do
that appreciates
after the
it.
podcast?
What's up?
We should do a little Akinator episode, just
Yeah.
like 15, 20-minute episode where we both pick our most like unknown superhero in the boys. Whoever we think is not going to be
Oh
picked by
man,
Akinator.
that would be crazy. We can do that. Yeah.
I think we should
I'll
try.
bring in I'll bring Alexa right up here because she can do Akinator.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Voice, it's so much better that way too.
Yeah,
Let's do
yeah.
it.
All right, cool. We'll do that. We'll do a little mini episode after this.
All right, so
Hear that, people? You better tune in for that.
now let's get to
I'm kidding. I'm happy you're here.
Let's get to some Stranger Things.
You're right. You're right.
So if you guys haven't seen Stranger Things, Aaron,
And fair warning, this is going to be a long fucking episode too, because
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah,
lot
you're
of
right.
topics
You're
that
right.
I want to talk about from the last 2 weeks because we missed last week.
that's true. That's true. Okay,
There's one specifically I want to get
Okay,
into.
we'll try not. I'll try not to dwindle on Stranger Things too much. But you got Volume 2 Stranger Things just came out. Okay, cool. You're good then, Aaron. This will be something you've actually seen, so you can probably participate a little bit more. What'd you think about Volume 2?
I liked it.
Did you expect
I'm going to stop at like.
everything?
Like is the only word it's going to get from me. I'm just not
Okay.
going to get amazing. It's not going to get love. It's not going to get great. I liked it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. We actually hosted a watch party with a few people that night.
Okay.
I got really fucking drunk.
Mm-hmm.
More, way,
it?
way more than I expected. Oh, I remember everything.
Yeah, okay.
I will say I liked pretty much every aspect of it.
So where they lose? Like, what didn't you like about it? What didn't you love
I
about
think
it?
Eddie Munson's death. I'm down with him dying. I don't
Yeah.
care that he died. I just kind of saw it coming because
Yeah.
they have a history of introducing a character.
killing them.
killing.
Billy. We've got
Sean.
Sean. Yeah,
The
yeah.
actor's name is Sean.
Astin. Yeah.
I forget the character's name.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Anyways, they have a history of doing that.
They do. Yeah.
But
That wasn't unexpected.
and listen, I have no problem with that. It makes sense. It's a good narrative for them.
Yeah.
One thing I wasn't huge on is the way they killed him. I don't
agree.
think it was super necessary for
I
him
agree.
to
100%
run back
agree.
into the bat.
I talked to somebody about this because I thought the same thing. I thought it was completely like
because the bats were just going to stop going after them because they went through the portal, you know. Like,
yeah.
And also, they should have had a fail-safe outside the portal just in case the bats tried to come through too.
Yeah, well, that was the thing that I didn't understand either. Too was like at that point, I'm pretty sure they were already grabbed inside the house with tentacles anyway, right? Like they were already subdued,
like tuckered to the walls. Vecna knew everything that was going on,
and it's like a hive mind, right?
What's up, Abe?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, listen, Abe. I'm so down with the death.
I agree.
There needed to be a death or two in the show.
I just feel like they're a more necessary death. Like if they had put it in a way, things
where it seemed like he needed to go back to protect somebody.
It's like he literally made that decision just to be a martyr.
And to be fair, he's not omniscient. You know, he doesn't know that they're not going to be attacked by the bats. But writing wise, you need to understand that the audience, you know,
the audience is going to see the whole story.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you want something that the audience can enjoy and be like, okay, well, that was necessary.
Yeah.
Like if he had,
I'm so glad he went back to save Steve.
Yeah. Like maybe what if, I don't know, Dustin like fell off of his bike and broke his leg or something, and he ended up going to get Dustin and like somehow
threw him through the portal, and then he had to go back. Yeah,
and then like somehow like
I literally thought Steve was done for, Aaron. He was my top pick.
Really? You thought Steve was going to?
Dustin was my second pick, but
really
not Dustin. Sorry, not Dustin. Eddie was my second pick. Steve was my top.
I knew Eddie. I didn't think Steve would go because Steve's.
Honestly. So you know, the entire season they flirted with Nancy and Steve getting back together. I really thought they were going to kill Steve to kind of like, nope.
Kill that? Yeah.
I really thought they were going to do that.
Okay, this is going to sound bad, but what's Will's brother's name? I don't even know his name. The guy's with Nancy now.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Jonathan Byers.
Yeah. He's kind of like, what, he doesn't do anything for me. He's just like a burnout stoner. I'm just like, oh, why is he here? You know?
Well, he's not really a burnout stoner. I think he's like super fucking stressed because of his lifestyle. He's in California.
Yeah,
his girlfriend's across the country. I was rooting for Jonathan the whole time. Everyone else is like shipping Steve and Nancy, and I'm like, Steve's like,
but I mean, Steve is if you look back to the start, he's
a piece of shit the first season.
Yeah, and he's like that entitled rich guy,
and he has some super character development.
Yeah, and like, Jonathan is the underdog, but now I feel like Jonathan's like,
Well, what people pointed out to me, and I still don't 100% agree, is he lied, and I'm like,
who?
Jonathan. He lied about the whole college acceptance thing.
Yeah.
And he did.
To protect her or whatever.
To be completely fair, yes, sir. We're getting to that, Aaron.
Yeah.
He really did lie to Nancy twice about the whole college acceptance thing, and that's not right.
But
what people aren't taking into account real life. You know, it's hard to talk about those things. You know, none of them are seeing the human side of Jonathan at this point. You know, I don't really want to go to this expensive ass school, but I want to stay with you.
Yeah,
you know, that's a hard conversation to have, and I don't think people are really feeling that way. And I don't think they agree with me on that front at all. But
I don't know.
They just want to see every character do the right thing. They want to see the character they like be a good person. Is what they want.
I think it's just like, for me, as a very selfish as a viewer, I respect Jonathan, and he's like the underdog. Like I probably definitely associate more with Jonathan than like Steve. I didn't have like an upbringing where I was the popular guy,
everything you wanted.
Exactly. But Jonathan, as a viewer, for me, the show he hasn't done much. Like he's in California, right? Almost the whole season.
That's just this season. He hasn't done much.
But like, what has he done? There's nothing memorable in my brain that he's done in the other seasons. Like,
well, he had to act. Okay, listen, he had to act as kind of a parent this season.
Yeah,
he had to be a dad to Will and Mike.
Well, let's go back previous seasons. Like, what is he?
I can't remember, to be completely honest with you. But I can't remember anything Steve's really done either.
He's like freaking the baseball bat. He's like hitting Jimmy Gorgons and like protecting the kids. He's like the babysitter, right? He's always been like the babysitter. That's the whole joke, you know?
Yeah.
And Jonathan's like, I don't know, it's not memorable to me.
I gotta be honest. I have to go back and watch it to have an argument with you, which kind of negates my point.
That's what I was going to say.
Exactly. No, it kind of negates my point. It's nothing he's done is memorable.
You have that point. I'm with you. But Will's kind of the same way. Like Will, I mean, he wasn't present in the first season. Granted, he was in the Upside Down, so there's nothing against him. But he's always been like that. Just
all the buyers except for the mom.
Yeah, he's just kind of annoying to me. Like he's always whining, and I get there's some sort of subplot with. I think he's kind of into what's his name? The other kid, like
Mike.
Yeah, there's
they would definitely.
It's pretty
that very
late,
clear,
right?
Yeah,
But, like-
which can we dig into that for a second? Real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Listen, my stance. I'm not big on shoehorning in
Mhm.
checked boxes
Mhm.
in shows. I can't fucking do it anymore.
Yeah,
I'm so done with it.
I am too. I'm
The
over it.
way they approached that, I don't feel like it was a checked box.
I don't think so either.
I
It's
think it
very
was-
nuanced. It's not like they're not throwing it in your face, but
Mhm.
it's like
It's not like
you kinda-
hey, my God,
Exactly.
I did.
exactly. Yeah. No, I can respect it, but I can respect it, but at the same time, it doesn't make them a great character for me.
Aaron, you just oh my God.
Yeah. I agree though. I feel bad for Will. Like I do feel bad for Will.
I have to pull something up now. Aaron fucking drew it out of me. There's a fucking meme against that.
Really? I thought that Mike, when they're in the car talking about that, I thought Mike was gonna have that realization of what he's telling them, and like, be like, okay. But it didn't seem like he had that realization, did he? He was just thinking about himself. He's just like, oh
Mike
yeah,
had
it's
no
gonna be okay.
Mike, well, to be fair, Mike asked for help, and then Will was just like, "Yo, I'm sad and I'm gay."
Summer sent that to me. Yes.
So
That whole scene though, I was like,
listen,
Mike's
Will,
gonna pick this up, right? Like he's gonna
Yes.
put these pieces together. He's gonna be like, oh shit.
he's gonna be like, "Get the fuck away from me!"
No, he's gonna be like, oh man, like, I like you too, man.
It's like, bro, that's why you walked in on me in the bathroom.
Yeah. But he was just like, yeah, I guess I'll be okay. Fuck you. Like,
He's like, "I'll try to do better with 11."
how do you feel about Mike? Like, I think I don't know. I don't
I
really
think
care
Mike
for
is the biggest piece of shit in the show.
I kind of think so too. Yeah.
But these okay.
I agree.
I think it was a bad
Agreed.
idea to do the boys first because
Yeah.
this show I'm just so not as excited about.
I agree.
To
Yeah.
be completely honest, like
Yeah.
I don't think the ratings is good.
I'll say the stakes this season. I agree with all what you're saying.
I love Stranger Things. Stranger Things is a great show. It's just that the boys is perfect.
Agreed. It's hard to go from. They're very different too.
Yes.
I'll give credit to the Stranger Things. The season was darker than I think probably
Ever.
Yeah, probably.
It's almost
right?
like Sam Raimi directed it.
Yeah. I would say it was darker for sure. Like
Yeah, and I really
the
like
eyeballs and the snap crackle popping. Like,
they pulled a lot less punches. Yeah,
They
where
did,
they
they did.
breaking arms, breaking
Yeah.
legs, eyeballs getting pushed in.
yeah.
Listen, I know you and I are both pretty big consumers of media.
Did you get the Nightmare on Elm Street references?
I caught one, but which ones are you talking about? Which the other ones?
What one did you get?
I can't remember, but I remember saying it.
So the guy that played his father in the
I did know
Kill
that.
Song?
Yes, he
It was
played Freddy Krueger. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that.
There was that, and then there's scratch marks on the table when they were walking up. He's scratching the table,
That's not.
and that was like
I didn't catch that.
reference to the claws. But
There was something else I caught, and I was like, I remember
there was
this
a,
one.
I mean, there was a bunch of other ones, but I mean, obviously, Vecna, there's pretty close. Like, he doesn't get you in your sleep, but it's like
it's in
that
was what I caught. Yeah.
kind of like a daydream type
Yeah, he
situation.
kind of catches you in there. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the one. That's the one that I caught right there.
Yeah,
But how quickly did you figure out that one?
I like that, Aaron. By the way,
My personal favorite moment is when the entire town just accepted
Yeah.
that it was just an
yeah,
earthquake.
especially with all the weird shit that's been going on for years. There's like,
Yeah, Hawkins is
yeah,
just like, yes!
there's a big fucking red.
yeah.
That's not an earthquake, dude. Like, there's a fucking hellfire underneath these
I'm
things. Everywhere.
Hellfire. Good
Yeah.
fucking reference there.
Yeah.
Hellfire Club.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I like that because that was a big thing. I mean,
You and I thought about playing Dungeons and Dragons.
We did, yeah.
need to act on that.
We
but
should.
It's kind of hard with our fucking
Yeah, our
schedules.
schedules
so
suck, dude.
sporadic.
that was a big thing back in the day. It would be even before my time a little bit, but like in that was it the 80s, 70s,
Maybe late 70s, early
late
80s.
70s, early 80s. That was people literally thought that Dungeons and Dragons was like Satan,
Demonic.
demonic,
And it was
like
just
Satan.
nerds.
They talked about.
It was just nerds.
So Eddie's.
It's kind of
character-
like how they say games cause mass shootings now.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah.
kind of
That
the
was
same
that,
thing.
that time. Yeah, and they talked about like marijuana was like devil weed.
And
At around
now
the
it's
same
almost
time.
legal.
Yeah,
recreational.
but like they were like, you smoke marijuana,
You know-
you're gonna kill your.
You know what's
family.
crazy, real quick, and this is a slight segue. I was driving down the road in
Mhm.
my 6'4", and then I drive. There's a road with a Dunkin' Donuts on it, and there was an empty stall next to it. Do you know what road I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
And that stall is filled now. Do you
Okay.
know what it's filled by?
No.
It's called Jungle Boys. Okay. So I drive by and I see a fucking line a mile long. I'm not exaggerating. I'm literally not exaggerating.
Okay.
The line was out the door. They had awnings because they knew it was going to be a long ass
No
line when they
shit.
opened. Okay. What do you think Jungle Boys is?
Jungle Boys?
Jungle Boys. It's a business that just opened up next to that Dunkin' Donuts on this specific road. I'm not going to dox us. Not too much. They already know we're in Ocala, but
Yeah.
dude,
Is it?
Jungle Boys is a dispensary.
I was gonna. Dispensary.
Yeah,
No
and
shit.
It's the only one in Florida. Apparently, they're a big chain dispensary. Like they have like
It's the only one in
I don't
Florida?
smoke. I've never smoked in my life.
Yeah.
Disclaimer, real quick, because
Okay.
I'm
I
a
don't
pilot.
either. I don't
and
either.
FAA
Yeah.
doesn't like weed, which
Yeah.
makes sense to me. I understand.
Yeah.
But I've never smoked anything in my life. I'm not really
Just-
against it.
Just cocaine.
That's
Fly it over.
That's
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't wait. I don't do it. I just fly it for the government.
Watch me land this inverted.
Yeah.
No. All right. But no, like Jungle Boys, it's a dispensary and it's a
Okay.
big one, and it's the only one in Florida now apparently, and it's in Ocala.
It's the only one in Florida.
They're from like California.
Okay.
Like they
But
have.
there's other dispensaries in Florida. Isn't
There are other dispensaries in our town.
Okay,
There's
you're
like 3
saying-
or 4
But
dispensaries.
you're
in our
saying
town.
it's the only one, the only Jungle
This is
Boys
the only Jungle Boys. Yes.
from California in Florida.
From this chain. From
Right.
this chain.
So they just opened a place up
But
in our town.
so this chain. Let's say.
So it's
Let's equate this to like In-N-Out Burger.
Oh wait.
it's like-
you
it's
know
like-
what should we equate it to?
What?
What was the pizza joint in Stranger Things in California?
Surfer Boys.
Surferboard pizza. It's like Surferboard pizza.
No. I think In-N-Out's a better comparison.
But
because-
Surferboard pizza is
real.
from California in the show.
But Surfer Boy isn't real. But it's like if an In-N-Out came to Florida
Okay. Yeah.
for
It's probably
for
over,
burger
it's
eaters,
probably overrated.
you know.
I would try it though.
And that's
People go
kind of,
crazy.
but I'm not even kidding, dude. Like the line was,
That's insane.
it was like a fuck.
So
it was like
it's
a
like-
snake game, bro.
It's what's the deal though? Like they have anything special or
They
like
just-
it's something new.
I guess they just have a huge
because
selection.
there's other dispensaries I would imagine. I don't know, but I'm sure there's plenty in
I really-
Ocala.
Maybe they had like a special sale the first day. I don't
Right,
know. Like I said,
probably.
I don't smoke or nothing.
They're giving away free
But
swag
I
bags.
drove by and I looked at this place and I'm like, what the fuck is
Mhm.
going on there? Because I've been seeing this place built.
Is there pizza?
I drive by there every day. I drive by there every day
Yeah,
for
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing this place,
Yeah.
set up for a few months, and then next thing I know, I drive by opening
Yeah.
day, and like so many fucking people, 300 people, 400
That's
people,
crazy.
probably.
Yeah, but they
And-
knew it. They
And that's when I finally Googled. I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is like? I literally typed in
Jungle
Google,
Boys.
what the fuck
I
is Jungle Boys? And it was like it's a
Yeah.
dispensary. I'm like, holy shit.
Jungle Boys Pizza. They should open a pizza place by it.
Yeah, dude, it really threw me off. And so I did talk to one of my friends who does indulge.
Yeah,
And they were like, yeah, bro, that's the
It's
only
the
one.
place.
He gave me all the deets
Yeah,
on it.
yeah,
He's like, yeah, dude, it's a pretty cool place. I've been there myself.
yeah.
And I
They
was
didn't have any like special beats though. Like it's like they only have.
I just told you, I don't know, dude.
the Southern Kush. over
Pizza
here.
scented weed, bro.
Yeah, they have the California Kush. You can only get it at the Pizza Boys, Surfer Boys.
Well, yeah, no, I just thought that was kind of crazy that we got a huge chain dispensary in town.
All right, so Erin, we talked about this a little bit, but we haven't had an episode in a while. She said that she was the son was the reason behind the first murder,
Oh.
but she was surprised that 01 was the kid in Vecna.
I had no idea the son had anything to do with anything,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
will say I guessed decently early that one was Vecna.
I did as well. I agree with the son thing. When I started seeing the flashbacks of the orderly talking to her,
Yes.
especially that scene.
You were
where-
immediately like, this
Yeah.
is going to be a
the
bigger
scene,
character.
well, the scene, I didn't immediately attach him with Vecna, but I know the scene when he told her about One and how One was like her. I knew immediately. I was like, he's One. He's talking as he is One. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I knew that he had powers. And then especially when she ended up pulling that thing out of his arm. He was in a coma, then died. If they don't show a dead body, that dude ain't really dead. Yeah.
This ain't anime, Aaron.
Yeah. But I knew 100% too when she took his little thing out of his
That's
arm.
when I caught it.
I was like,
As soon as she took the
I was
little
like,
chip
yep,
out, I
he's
was
about
like,
to go fucking ham on everybody and kill everybody.
this guy's name is literally One.
Yeah, yeah. When they were in the hallway, I was like, yep, he's about to fucking kill everybody.
And then you see all the injuries, and it's like just confirmed at that point.
Yeah,
Once he starts
yeah.
killing people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At that point, when he started killing people, I was like, okay, yeah, he's back now.
Well, it's not that he killed people; it's the way he killed people that you kind of like. This
So,
is.
You were saying you were kind of excited about the next season because that they're gonna explore like the upside down and all that. But they've talked a little bit about it that, like you saw at the end that he created the Mind Flayer. Well, he shaped him.
He did.
Yeah, he turned him in.
He made him
I
physical.
don't know. Yeah, they'll probably explore a little bit more of that.
They will describe it.
But
more.
he definitely had a fascination with spiders, which we could have seen that coming.
This is actually one thing I brought up with the people that I watched it with. I was like, so did Elle create the Upside Down, or was the Upside Down already there? And a lot of But listen, a lot of people agree with you, but you got to think when they walked into Nancy's house in the Upside Down, it was stuck in the day that Elle threw the portal.
Right.
So did she create it? Or
see, I don't know, but
that's why I'm excited for season 5 to come out and kind of explain that.
Okay, if I'm gonna spitball, I would say that time is when she threw him into the Upside Down.
Yes.
And we know that he has the ability. He created the spider. The form was already there. There was life there. We can probably say that, right? There was already, it showed like demigorgons or like creatures there. And he saw the big spinning sandstorm thing. And he, molded it into the Mind Flayer or the spider type shape, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
I would speculate if he could do that he could create life, so to speak. I would think that he probably created everything from that time period to mirror Hawkins. So that's what he knew. That's what, he came from Hawkins.
I can see that.
So if he's creating his own world, he talks about that. Like, I think he talked about it back then, like a little bit, saying like, I'm going to recreate this world or whatever,
He's like, I'm going to make this
God
world perfect
or something like that. So, I mean, that makes sense. He came from Hawkins. That's why I think everything that's there is from that time period when he came there. He just recreated everything from what he knew from at that time period.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Aaron had a little message on here. I think Vecna is the one that formed the Upside Down.
yeah,
I think that kind of goes along with what you said. But now that I'm thinking about that, now that
I think
you
it was
just
already
put that
there.
thought in my head,
Yeah.
I feel like Elle was pushing him against the wall. He's like, shit, I'm going to get crushed. And he was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to make a new dimension.
Yeah.
Then he just opened up the wall for himself and he's like, bye.
I mean,
No, I'm kidding. That's not what happened. But it's
that'd be cool. Yeah.
Either way,
It's kind of weird though, because
Don't know.
he has the ability. So when he crushes people's heads and shit, and they've talked about this, like when he was killing the other,
are we talking about the boys again, popping heads?
no, when he was killing the other numbers, like he was taking their powers, right? He takes their abilities.
I don't know.
Apparently,
They were saying he grows from like
Yes.
other people. Yeah.
he takes everything that they are, and he killed all of those children with their powers. Like, I think he'd be pretty strong because I mean, I know 11 was technically stronger than the other ones, but there was that one kid.
2 or whatever, 12.
Was it?
I don't
Yeah, he
fucking
was
know.
like beating the shit out of all the other kids, and he fucking murked him as well. Like, you think? I mean, if you think about like the normal people he's taken, what are you gonna get from a fucking? It's like getting blood from a turnip. Like, how are you gonna get stronger from a somebody who doesn't have any abilities or potential? You need their fucking Netflix binging history. Like what kind of knowledge?
He's
you're
like,
gonna
I have
get?
your internet history.
Yeah.
You work for me
He's
now.
like, I know Grey's Anatomy, all 10 seasons now. Like,
Fucking 40 seasons.
that's not gonna help you. I mean, if you're creating the upside
Isn't
down,
that
I
shit
guess.
still going?
I have fucking no idea. See, if you took me,
Let me
you
look it up real
would
quick.
get no knowledge about Grey's Anatomy. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, for real. I've seen like a third of an episode.
You'd be like, oh, this depression's crippling. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna get a beer.
All right. Now, so I think the visuals in the episode were absolutely amazing. I still love the characters.
I think the visuals when they sent him into the upside and initially, you seen like the people backlash about that were terrible.
Really?
Yeah, when he like got set.
Oh, when he was falling?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, when he was falling, it was kind of rough. But other than that, you could tell Netflix put like all their eggs in one basket with this.
Agreed, 100%.
Like this is our fucking prime time amazing show. My
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah. So what do you think if the boys were to like have a collab with
Stranger Things?
with Hawkins? Yeah. What do you think would happen? What would go down?
Oh
You
my
think
god,
Elle
Grey's
could-
Anatomy is on season 19 and it's
It's still going?
yeah, it does not have a release date yet,
Oh
but season
my
19 is
God.
going to come out.
Holy shit. Vecna versus Homelander. What do you think?
Homelander,
Completely shreds him.
Oh my god.
What if he went to his mind though?
Homelander versus Scarlet Witch. Scarlet
That'd be
Witch.
tough. You think so?
With how they wrote her, yeah.
Well, I think so because if you think about this, Homelander dealing with someone else who's got powers. He has not really fought anybody. Well, recently he's fought Soldier Boy, but up until Soldier Boy, which he had a few clashes. And Maeve, that fight was pretty interesting.
Maeve
She
was
actually
going
put
in.
up a
Well, she's been
pretty good
training,
fight.
bro. And here's the thing,
But
he's not used to having to fight.
That's
You
what
gotta
that's the thing I was getting to. He's never come up against somebody else who could actually.
He's not like
put
a
up
middle
fight.
school brawler, you know?
Yeah, he did have some crazy sex with Stormfront though. That's the closest thing.
That was good training, right?
Yeah. But
People,
yeah,
Maeve has been training how to fight, like to beat the shit out of somebody
But,
for
like-
like months before that.
it's like you go to training and powers. Like it's not really training. Like I not kill you, get cut in half from lasers. You know, she
Mhm.
just like has that invulnerability, which I was surprised that he was lasering the fuck out of her, and I didn't expect her to be as durable as she was. And she put up a fight. We got pretty dirty in that fight. Like gouged one of her eyes out, which
Yeah.
is pretty fucking. that's
And
a
then she
dirty
lost her
attack.
powers, so
Yeah, how did she survive that?
what?
She grabbed fucking Soldier
Soldier
Boy,
Boy
jumped out of the window, and he radioactive nuked himself.
I don't think the powers leave immediately, but I don't know. Obviously,
But
I mean, obviously, Kimiko's were pretty quick.
Like I say, you've seen like when he went in Herogasm, which that episode was crazy. Like all the soups that were in that building were completely fucking
Yeah.
fried, dead.
Yeah.
But I guess they weren't like
that episode was incredible.
that was another. We could talk about the boys forever. I forgot that you hadn't seen that episode up until that point either.
No, that
Herogasm
episode
was
is-
good. Yeah.
They literally posted like a notification on all social media
Yeah.
and before the episode that said this episode is not appropriate for anybody. Yes, they literally there was a news story like this episode is not appropriate for any audience.
Yeah.
Like
God, that shows
like
so
you don't
good.
belong here. Leave,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And I think they definitely toned it down from the comics. I think the comics were like way worse.
For Herogasm or for just in general.
I didn't look too much into it, but I think the comics were way more graphic
For
as far as
Herogasm.
Herogasm.
Okay.
Yeah, probably did. Well, actually, probably for the whole show. To be honest with
Yeah.
you, I think that comic is
Wow.
like really really raunchy.
If I was a hero, I'd be a Herogasm.
Yeah, I would too, for sure. Absolutely, you got to.
You can't say no to that.
No, you can't. It's got to be like the most exciting thing for all of ever long.
I love how Huey and Starlight ran into each other there. I really thought they were going to have some kind of like relationship drama, and I was
Yeah.
like, please don't do relationship
That's
drama.
the thing. Like,
And I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they went
did.
by that.
They did.
You know?
But like, Starlight is really. I hate to keep going back to this, but her character just she's just kind of like, I hate to be that guy, but like the bitchy girlfriend that's just like, like just ruins all the fun. Like, like, and that's
Well, she's actually a hero, is the thing.
she is. But
She's-
like
they want to write her
and
as
I
a
feel
hero.
like that's kind of why I don't like Mother's Milk this season as much. I feel like he's attached to her, and like he's just kind of a nuisance to me. Like I feel like as bad as Butcher is, and like Huey with their plan with getting Soldier Boy to kill Homefront, like yeah, they did some shit. They're not doing great stuff. They're killing other people and stuff. But like I was on board. I'm like, yeah, their plan is pretty good. Like they should stick with that. And then Mother's Milk's like, he killed my family, which I mean, it's understandable. But he's trying to like, we need to kill him. Like,
Well, you gotta look at it. You gotta try to put yourself in Mother's Milk shoes here
yeah,
and think like, I've been trying to kill this motherfucker
Yeah,
for
but, like
30 years. But then you also got to think him going against Homelander is the best chance they have at killing him. Too.
exactly. Well, that's the thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking big picture here. So like, here's what you do. If I was in the shoes, and I feel like Billy is the kind of guy. He's pretty smart. He knows what he needs to do, and I think this is his plan the whole long. Like you get Soldier Boy to fucking kill Homelander, and you already have that shit set up on the back. Once you use him, because Billy's all about using people to get what he needs. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Then you have that gas and shit. Like you use him for his purpose, and then you fucking put him down. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's what I feel like they were planning on doing. And it kind of threw me a little bit with Billy. Like he kind of fucked shit up. Like I understand his attachment to Ryan and everything, and like he's like,
He
but
made a
like,
promise.
I was like, they're so close, dude. He could have got him. Like,
Well, dude,
he could have fucking
what
torched Homelander. That pissed me off.
that scene made me mad too.
It made
Because
me really mad.
When Soldier Boy releases his bullshit, whatever he
Yeah,
does
yeah.
to fry the V,
Even if
all
he didn't
Ryan's
kill him-
gonna do is okay. So first of all, Ryan's behind Homelander for
Yeah.
one. All that's gonna happen to
He's
Ryan
take his powers.
is gonna lose his powers. Which
Exactly.
is great.
Exactly. Even if they don't kill Homelander, he fucking loses his powers.
Yeah.
It's just he's not a problem anymore.
Yeah, just cut his head off.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they had the gas, they had shit ready. You fucking gas them, which they did.
Yeah, bro. Billy
No
did
problem.
not think critically in that moment by any means.
And that's the thing that kind of I didn't say. I kind of lost the respect because Billy's always been the kind of guy to make decisions
Based on himself.
on himself or what, like, like what's the best for himself.
Exactly.
And he didn't do it right then. And I'm like,
The one time.
the one time all season you're fucking your friends over.
Not all season, all fucking series.
Yeah, all series he fucked over Mother's Milk earlier and he fucking drugged him and like.
Yeah, and then he told Huey he didn't tell him he was gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you're doing all these shitty decisions, and then once you finally get to that crescendo where it's like
Some kid that you don't even fucking like.
you don't even like, is not technically your blood. He's not going to get killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
really, it was so worth it to just take out
that did anger me a little bit. The finale kind of pissed me off. Like I was like, why?
Bro, tell me how Starlight gets all that extra power, and then all that happens is Soldier Boy gets knocked back like 3 feet.
3 feet, and it was like literally did not affect him
Dude,
at
that
all.
pissed me off too. I'm like, she's part of the 7. Like,
Yeah.
they need to make her look stronger. You know,
She
like maybe
fucking
blast
sucks,
him out the
dude.
fucking window or something.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
was so anticlimactic. And then like Huey, like, oh, I can help. I'm gonna raise all the lights in the room and everything. It's like,
I like that idea.
Didn't do
I
shit.
thought that was cool as shit.
no, that was
It's just the outcome of it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they juiced her up and everything. It was just like,
And
Matt.
dude, they literally gave her steroids, and she like rose. You know,
just like nothing.
literally.
So
They made it look so fucking epic,
yeah.
and the outcome was so shit. I can't believe they didn't watch it and be like, she only sent him a
But
few feet.
I think that might have been intentional. Like that might have just been like
Soldier Boy's that strong, or
that, or that she's just like they did all this stuff
That
and it
week?
just didn't do shit. Basically, yeah.
well,
And it was really Queen. Honestly, I would
listen,
say
bro, she's part of the 7 for a reason.
I'd say
Like,
the best person and the most moral person, I think, and the most like good person is probably Queen Maeve.
really,
Because yeah, I mean, you saw that she was like, she saw that he's about to go meltdown. She was like, "Fuck!" Like I gotta.
I think
She made that decision. She would have been fine. Like she saved everyone's life. Like she jumped and she pushed him out the window. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think Annie's the most moral, but I think Maeve's had the most development.
Yeah.
Like she was a piece of shit whenever Annie first got there, and then Annie, like she said at the end of the
No,
show,
she-
she's like, "You saved me."
Yeah, she was, but at the same time, she no, I feel like she
Annie hasn't done anything wrong, well, except for steal some compound V.
right.
Which
I
is
think
not wrong.
Maeve was kind of a piece of shit, but at the same time, she hasn't been able to do what she wants to do because of Homelander.
Yes.
Like even in the plane scene, you see like she's totally destroyed by it, but she knows that she can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
She can't. I don't think she can fly. Right?
No.
She can't fly.
Nobody can fly but
Right.
Homelander. Homelander's
So
the
she's
only
been in a
flying.
lot of situations where bad and immoral stuff has happened, but she hasn't had the ability to like change it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's been, and you see her at this point. She's probably burned. Like she's been doing this for a long time. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think Maeve is the most, like, maybe not like Starlight's probably on paper the most moral, but Maeve's the most powerful moral person. I guess I don't know. Like the most moral person that
The
can
most
actually
capable?
do something capable. The most capable
Okay.
person. Because like she didn't have to do that. She definitely did not have to like knock him out that building.
Starlight could have blasted him again, you know. Like,
Yeah, 2 feet. Yeah.
hey, at least like away from
What
them.
if that happened? Like, what if he just like went super nuclear, killed like everyone but Homelander and Maeve? That would have been crazy,
Him
right?
and Homelander would have fought them, bro.
No, I'm saying like, what if that was the finale, and then you just see like Homelander doesn't have power, Maeve doesn't have powers, and he's just like on top, and then all those people died. Vought, the whole tower got destroyed. Which I don't want to dwell. I know we talked about The Boys for a long time, but I watched a video the other day, and it's actually a pretty interesting point that Homelander he's not really the big villain of the show. He kind of is, but it's
He is
really
a piece of shit.
it's Vought,
Yeah.
the company. Like they created
They're
their
a
own.
pharmaceutical company.
Yeah.
I love when Edgar said that, bro. He's like, we are not a superhero
Yeah.
company. We are a pharmaceutical
But when
company.
you look at it, like it is Vought. Vought is the one that controlled them. They're the ones
Yes.
that are doing all the bullshit. So
Absolutely.
like,
And I think that's what season 3 kind of pointed out is
yeah,
that Homelander is a victim.
Yeah.
In a way.
but he's not capable. Like
He's good shit.
You
but he's
can
a
see
victim.
it. You can see. Yeah, he's a victim, and you can see in the season when he took over, like he's not capable of
running
running stuff
evil
by
company,
himself
yeah.
without them. Yeah. So like,
Homelander is not evil. He's dumb.
he is dumb. He's
Not evil. He's dumb.
And he was raised as in a lab. You see that in earlier seasons. Like he doesn't.
He's
No,
the kind of guy
anything-
that
any
sees
better.
something he doesn't like and he shoots his fucking laser
Yeah,
eyes at it,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't connive.
No,
he's really not
smart
a
enough to.
slinker in the shadows. He's not I'm gonna fuck this person over. He's not.
Yeah.
He's just tired of being lied to and fucked over. And to be, I'm not defending the guy in any way, but it's shitty. People don't treat him well, to be completely fair.
Yeah, no, you're right. And he was shaped into the weapon that he is.
And that's exactly what we look for.
And it's the same thing.
That's why he is the number one best written character in the show.
Yes,
Because you want to hate him, and you come to find you're like everybody.
You see a little bit of yourself in it.
His entire fucking life.
Yeah.
Like, what is he supposed to do at this point? You know,
he doesn't know better. He doesn't have that.
He just continuously gets shit on.
He doesn't have that positive reinforcement. He doesn't have that father figure to teach him. Hey, what's up, Zach? Long time no talk.
He said he's happy this is the topic instead of the title. We already talked a little bit about Stranger Things, Zach.
Yeah.
Me and Trenton talked beforehand. We really wanted to chat about The Boys today.
I love The Boys.
I literally texted Trenton and I said, "You better watch the live show. You better watch the new episode." And he texted back because I watched it this morning.
As soon as I got work this morning, before I went to sleep, I went to see if it was. I think it's Friday, or is it Thursday night?
It was this morning.
Okay, it's Friday. Yeah, Fridays, and I was like, I hope it's on already. Like, and I looked first thing I did, I was like, I'm gonna watch this before I go to sleep because I love The Boys, dude. This it's my shit. But anyway, good. I know you got other topics. I feel like I literally could talk about The Boys all night, but it is a great written show, and it's so much like our current political. Just our world right now. It's fucked up, you know. Like,
well, I think the world's always been fucked up.
Yeah,
this does kind of like pull the curtain.
Movies don't, or TV shows don't normally
reflect
that kind of stuff.
I can agree with that. Yeah,
especially superhero shows.
All right. So one thing, dude, the number one thing I really want to talk about.
Okay.
Have you heard about the Suits in the Minions movie theaters?
What?
Dude. So children, you know, a little bit younger than me, probably 19, 20-year-old kids, maybe a little bit even younger than that, 17. I'm gonna go on a limb here, 16 to probably 21 years old, you know, that age group.
Yeah.
They've been showing up to the new Minions movie with like groups of them in suits. All right. And so
what's this?
All right, hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna gaslight you here for a second, all right? So they show up in suits to see the Minions because it's a joke, because it's funny.
Okay.
All right. And the movie theaters have banned anybody in formal attire from attending the Minions movie now. All right, man. You're taken aback.
Yeah.
Why would the movie theaters not want money? They're struggling.
Yeah.
What in the world? All right. There have been multiple reports, of these people getting very rowdy, like screaming, throwing popcorn, breaking chairs, damaging fucking like screens whenever the movie starts, like legitimately ruining the movie for everybody else. All right. Here's my thing. I was kind of pissed when I first heard about it. Like I said, I'm going to gaslight you. I was gaslighted. I was like, why would they turn down business?
Yeah.
And then I looked a little more into it. And these people have quite literally just been absolutely destroying movie theaters. Like so bad to the point where they can't clean it up in time for the next showing. Are you looking it up?
Yeah. I'm confused. I didn't even know
it started as a joke. People going in suits to just watch the movie and hang out.
So what's with the suits? What's the connection with the suits?
It's just a joke. It's just me and the boys going to see the Minions. And they just go and watch the Minions in like formal suits. Okay. And that's the joke. That's it. Right there.
But there was no like connection to like the movie, someone wearing a suit, or
probably just because it was like a kids movie. Now they're like dressing.
Okay, so these are adults. These are adults.
These are like I said, like 16 to 21 is what I would think. You know, and you know, Zach, I see what you're saying there, but why just to be assholes? If they were just showing up in suits to go watch the movie as a joke, whatever. But the problem is they get rowdy, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not every group of them. And actually, it's probably a minority of them that actually get like rowdy, you know?
Right.
It's probably like a minor, like maybe 10% of them that get so rowdy that it's a problem, you know? I can see, woo, you know, like they're having fun, they're enjoying it, whatever. They're having a good time in the movie. But still, I could see why movie theaters would be so scared.
Yeah.
To be like, is this going to be the group that like tears up my fucking theater screen, that breaks my chairs, that makes this so I can't clean up the theater for the next showing?
That's so weird though, because you think about it, it's like
this is social media right here.
So this is the bad part of social media.
This is the bad part. Well, there's a lot of bad parts, but This is one of the bad parts. Yes, this is.
So now they can just shift to another thing, right? These people can wear anything. They don't have to wear suits. Take their suits
now they can
off.
walk in
Somebody
as
has
clowns,
them.
bro.
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
actually be funny.
That's what I'm saying. Or maybe overalls, right? That makes sense because the minions wear overalls,
Yeah.
right?
I think it's ridiculous.
That is so ridiculous.
It
so
makes me
confused right
sad
now.
that literal
Yeah.
children
Yeah,
go to movie theaters and think it's okay to cause that scene. Listen, I'm all for the
It's a
whole
kid's
wear a
movie,
suit
right?
with like your boys, like 10 of you, go see the Minions in a suit. Funny as fuck.
Yeah,
to me.
don't-
I think it's goofy.
don't destroy
It's
the
a good
movie
time.
theater, though.
You get to post on your
Yeah.
TikTok, have fun, whatever. It's great. The thing is, you walk in there and you fucking throw a fit. It's terrible.
Zach says, "Well, nowadays, I'd be on the edge too if I were a movie theater manager. Nowadays, suits or otherwise is touchy. Touchy.
Why suits
Why
specifically,
suits?
Zach?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I think suits give you an opportunity to hide things. Maybe is what he's getting at. I don't know,
I don't know.
but
It's maybe because it's out of the ordinary. Some
either
people
way,
don't normally wear suits.
I gotta say, I feel bad for the movie
I do
theaters.
too. That's
in this.
sad. I feel bad for the patrons
Because
too
they probably want to let those people in. They're probably like, I would love to have the business
I love
of 20
movie theaters, man.
dudes wearing suits coming in to see the Minions.
Yeah,
That's fun. That's a good time.
yeah,
But they have to be scared. They have to be like,
yeah,
how much money is it going to cost me?
yeah.
you
No
know?
shit. That's unfortunate, man. I like movie theaters, and I think they've been struggling.
I feel bad for the guy who wears a suit to work and just wanted to see the Minions after work. Zach said you've
Hitman.
seen Hitman, right? Yeah, I've seen it. I've played
Yeah.
Hitman. I've seen Hitman.
So bald men in
consumed.
suits with barcode tattoos. Gotcha.
Yeah, on the back of their
Yeah.
neck too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The business casual guy's gonna be fucked. He's not gonna be able to just.
for real. You wear
everywhere.
a blazer, you can't get in the movie.
Mhm. Might have to start working there. Copycat, like the Joker issue. Eh? Oh, he didn't wear a suit though. I don't think. Right?
Unfortunately, there was never a Joker issue, really.
Yeah,
But I know what you
yeah.
mean there.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to chat about that with you and kind of
Yeah. No, that's weird. I'm kind of
Do you think the
love
movie
myself a
theaters
little bit. I've never heard of this. This is kind of
Do
weird.
you think they've made a good choice in banning?
No, I could.
Because they're losing a lot of money
see
from it.
but at the same time, as you're not really solving the problem because that's the problem with social media. Like, it's not the suits they can just they can fluctuate to something
But the
else.
whole meme is wearing the suits.
right. I
Like,
see that.
They're not going in there and causing a ruckus because they're wearing overalls. They're going in there. They're wearing
Yeah,
suits on purpose.
But that's the problem because these people.
They can
are-
adapt,
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
And
but they're not going to because
they're
that's
gonna-
not the meme that's established.
But they're causing. They're individuals who are willing to cause destruction of property.
Yes.
For whatever reason. Yeah, for a meme. So
well,
you're
let's
stopping them
say
from doing
you
it
go into a
one
movie
way.
theater alone with a suit.
Yeah.
You're not going to sit there and throw popcorn at the screen and freak the fuck out
They
alone.
might.
No,
If it's a meme and they have somebody
I don't.
recording for TikTok.
Just one person. No. You're not going to go in there alone. If you go in there with a group of 15, 20 people all wearing suits ready to do the same thing as you, you're going to feel validated. You're going to feel like, yeah, I can fucking sit here. This is the Homelander thing, bro.
But I feel like
This is
a case-
I
feel like
am
this
being
is a case-
supported now.
This is a case by case basis. I think there are people that have the confidence absolutely to do it. I was watching a TikTok the other day of this guy. The NPC thing. Like people
Yes.
are like, oh, NPCs. He does like he'll be in the elevator with people and he'll just start screaming absurd shit like I'm going to show you blah blah blah. And like he just by himself is just saying this weird shit in a situation where people are he knows they can't leave. And most of the time people don't react. They just sit there and he just says the weirdest shit. And it's like his whole thing. That's all he does. And it's just like he doesn't destroy anything or anything, but like there are people that I don't think they need like I understand what you're saying, like the group mentality, and that probably encourages people, but there's people that would do it by themselves, absolutely.
Well,
I don't think
also,
they would have
let's think about it. One person can't cause as much damage as 20 people.
probably not.
You know? So
Probably not. But
I-
it depends how rowdy the person is.
I think that I think the theaters are validated in their decision here. Unfortunately, I think it's sad they have to make this decision, but I do understand it because maybe you're turning
What
down.
if they change to like t-shirts? What if that's their thing, the new meme? They just broaden it and make it really vague.
I'd be surprised if they did because that's not the meme though.
But what if that's the next meme? They're like, well, what are they going to do with t-shirts? They're going to stop people from wearing t-shirts.
I don't think that would take hold at this point though. I think a lot of people.
The internet is crazy.
You're right.
No,
you're right.
We don't know what anything's going to do. Like, I literally don't know. There could be shit right now somewhere. You know what I mean?
You're correct. But
And I think that would be part of the meme. Be like, oh, let's make it really fucking broad. See what they do now.
yeah, nobody with
You know what I mean?
t-shirts can come in
Yeah.
the theater.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's sad.
Nobody between the ages of 12 and 40 can enter this movie theater.
Yeah.
Now some stuff on TikTok is funny. Other stuff like the challenge stuff now. All of that stuff nowadays is very 50-50. Depends on the person and their mentality.
I think it's great.
No,
Like,
I can agree with you.
if you're not causing property damage and affecting other people, I have no problem with you doing-
devious licks.
Yeah, I have no problem with you doing your stupid challenges, your shit, your dances, your.
Well, no, like the cinnamon challenge was fun. You know, I think that was like the beginning of the challenge.
I wouldn't say that was fun because that was actually kind of harmful. People were dying. Like I think
People were dying?
I think people have died from that.
What?
Cinnamon
How many
challenge?
people died? From
That's
cinnamon?
not. It's
Hey.
not safe, dude.
Closer to the pin. Closer to the pin. Whoever loses takes a shot.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess 12 people died from cinnamon challenge.
Look, I kind of just threw that number out there. I think that's actually a pretty high number.
What was
but
your number? What was your number? I didn't hear it.
6?
Okay, you said 6.
Yeah.
You said 6 people died from it.
I think that's a. I'm. Yeah.
All right, go
I
ahead.
said
Give me,
6.
give me your number now that you know the challenge.
Cinnamon challenge?
Cinnamon challenge.
I say 6.
Okay.
I think it's a high number, but
You can change it. Bro.
I was saying like as a point that it's not a healthy thing. I'm sure not as many people died from it, but
All right. It says nobody officially died from the cinnamon challenge, so I'll take a shot. Fuck.
wait. Oh, okay. It says there's no documented case of people dying. However, there was one report of a 13-year-old boy who ended up in a coma. That's a death. Comas, brain death.
No.
But it says the challenge is a case of a 4-year-old boy who died from indigestion in a large amount. The issue with cinnamon challenge though, right? Like it's like choking. It's not so much like indigestion. So I don't know. Oh, 3 house, yes.
I figured I'd
Just
say
take
that.
out the bottle, dude.
I'm going
Take
to.
us away. I'm not tempted to say. I will say that if you had that peanut butter whiskey, that shit's really good.
Which one?
I can't remember the name of it. It's got a sheep.
Peanutty?
It's got a sheep on it.
Screwball?
Screwball.
I don't like screwball.
You don't like it?
But it's not the best.
It's probably not the best.
I'll say peanutty's the best.
I've not had peanutty.
You will whenever I get it again,
Okay.
which will probably be soon.
Is that hard to come by?
No. You just gotta know where to find it. Anyways,
My point was,
I like
my
the
point
challenge
was-
era. I think the challenge era is
challenges
fun.
are good, but I'm saying like a cinnamon challenge, for example, any challenges that potentially could cause harm to you.
But nobody died from the cinnamon challenge. It's just a mouthful of cinnamon. You spit it out when you can't do it anymore.
But that's the thing. People who swallowed it and they had issues. Like
do you agree that the cinnamon challenge was like the first big one, the one that really went
first
viral?
one that I'm aware of.
Me
but
too.
I'm old, so,
So,
it
I'm-
might not be.
I'm a little bit older than the generation now too. Bro.
I wasn't
Listen,
tapped
man.
into that
Listen,
shit
man.
at
I'm
that time.
23. I'm getting there. I'm getting to like sit on the
No,
couch
you're
making
not,
dad
you're not,
noises.
you're
Like,
My point is,
I'm telling you, I am,
yeah,
bro.
challenges. I don't mean I'm not being a snowflake here. I'm not saying like
No, I get that.
drinking challenges. Yeah, obviously.
Well, dude, how many
obviously your
fucking
liver-
Greek lives get suspended a year because some freshman has alcohol poisoning?
Right, that kind of
some
stuff-
18-year-old
It
child,
happens,
bro.
and I'm saying like, yeah, alcohol, blah blah blah.
Hazing is completely different from the challenge era, in my opinion.
It is, but I'm also saying like chugging things, like stuff that causes long-term harm, liver damage, blah blah blah. It's not healthy for you, obviously, but I'm not like against that. Like it's not going to kill you that night. I'm saying like stuff that potentially you could have complications that immediately. You know what I'm saying? oh God! At least you're not turning 25 this year, Aaron. Oh my God! Like,
25 is
I
old
didn't
as
just
fuck.
turn
Anybody
30.
older than 25 is like
Yes,
ancient.
Screwball is amazing, Aaron. By the way.
Screwball. Okay,
Not like
listen,
I just
Screwball
turned
is my third pick on peanut butter whiskey.
Listen,
Peanutty's the best.
I'm sure there's better peanut butter whiskey.
Listen, when I get Peanutty again, I'm bringing
And
it.
I'm sure
And we're gonna do
Screwball
that.
is probably like the fireball of peanut butter whiskey, but that's what I've seen.
It is. It absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes. It's
But-
very mainstream.
But I enjoyed it.
But no, I will say I actually like the Challenger. I think it's
I enjoy it too. I'm saying as long as it doesn't cause property damage and it doesn't,
like Devious Slicks.
It
Devious
doesn't-
Slicks was fucking stupid.
yes, and it doesn't encourage people that are very young to hurt themselves
Yes.
physically.
I can agree with that.
And I think Cinnamon Challenge was kind of on the fence because I think you could potentially hurt yourself with that. But you're not ancient, Zach. I am technically
Neither
most
of you are ancient. I
Yeah.
was joking. I'm sorry. Don't take it to
Listen,
heart.
I just turned 33 recently, so I don't even want to hear this shit
Fuck,
about
we've been doing
23.
We've been doing this
25.
podcast since you were 31.
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Have we?
It almost feels like 2 years, right?
Yeah. Flying by.
Um,
No, but that's
so
like I said. I'm not
I think-
snowflake.
I think we can
Challenges are
scoot off of that topic now.
Mm-hmm.
This one's kind of hot off the press.
Oh boy, I love
Twitter is suing Elon Musk.
Twitter's suing. What?
Yeah. Isn't that kind of weird?
That is weird.
Why?
Isn't he like?
Didn't he buy
involved
it?
in that?
Didn't he buy Twitter?
He doesn't own
Didn't
it.
Elon Musk buy
No.
$44 billion of
He's
Twitter? Didn't he purchase Twitter?
a sheriff.
Didn't Elon Musk
What's going on?
buy Twitter?
That's what
Doesn't he
said.
own it? How can the company
sue them?
that he owns
Yeah.
sue him? How does that happen? It's because he backed out of the deal.
Really?
Yes, today
No
or actually
shit.
Friday. Today. He officially canceled or terminated his deal of buying Twitter today.
Really?
You know what really gets me about that? Everyone's like, "Oh, Twitter's finally going to be a free speech
Yeah.
platform. It's going to be amazing." And then it just turns out he was all bark.
Really?
The guy, like,
you just want to get that tweet out?
dude,
Get them likes?
my
that
thing.
karma
I feel
for it?
like it was a facade the whole time.
You think so?
I do.
Publicity stuff?
I think he was sitting there. He's like, "I'm gonna buy Twitter." Everyone's like, "Please,
So this would be great.
fucking buy
This would be a
Twitter."
great meme.
And then he goes, "All right, I'll buy Twitter." And then he goes for it, and he's like, "Shit, I don't know if I really want to buy Twitter." He's like,
You think
"Man,
he-
what am I doing?"
You think
He's
he
like,
was just drinking too much that night? And he's just like, hey, let's buy
I
Twitter.
think he looked at his bank account and he saw like 190 billion go down to like 120 billion. He's like, "Whoa, what the
Like,
fuck
listen,
just happened?" And they're like, "That's taxes, sir." He's like, "I don't pay those."
I don't need that.
He's like, "I don't pay fucking taxes." So,
He's no go, huh? He's a little,
so yeah, he terminated the deal
he's a
today.
little hungover. He's like, shit, I guess I really don't need this.
But yeah, he
Is
It's
that
not buying Twitter anymore. All bark, no bite on this
Yeah.
one,
Do
apparently.
you think that's going to affect Twitter?
Absolutely.
Think it's like
Twitter
a-
is suing him.
Well, yeah.
They're actually suing him.
I mean, you
because
think
of
it's
this.
going to affect their market share and all that kind of bullshit?
I think they might get boosted for it.
Think so?
I think they're gonna like benefit positively from him.
What if it went down and then he was like, I'm buying now? Like, it like tanked their shares. And then he was like, okay.
might be onto something?
And he slid in because he's got a pretty
He has far
good
reach.
grip on,
Well,
well, at least
He-
with
he-
crypto and shit. I know that.
somebody actually sued him on Dogecoin recently
Yeah.
because they say he racketeered. So I will say he himself, as a person, like one man, which is
Mhm.
crazy, he can do market manipulation. He can be like,
oh, it's
he goes,
pretty,
he can be, I'm going to put $1 billion into Doge at 5 p.m. today. And you
Yeah.
know what Doge is going to do?
they're going to, yeah.
It's going to go
Isn't-
straight the fuck up, you know?
So if you were in his shoes, do you blame him?
I think
Like-
he's just having fun.
Yeah. That's what he's like.
I mean, the guy has no
He's like-
motivation
So
monetarily to
we've
do
talked
anything
about this
anymore.
before, right? Like this is like, I remember we had your buddy Greg on, my brother. We talked about Elon a little bit, like on SNL, he said something about a stock and it like,
Yeah.
something went around. Like he's on this. I don't want to like speak out of turn here, but is he on the spectrum? Right? He's
I think he is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's autistic, like slightly.
yeah. Something's going on there.
Asperger's, but
Something.
Asperger's doesn't
Yeah, yeah.
exist anymore. It's
Oh,
just
okay. Yeah,
slightly
yeah.
autistic now.
So I mean, like the guy, yeah, he's got a lot of money, and like I feel like he is just having fun.
I
But he's
see-
intelligent. Like he's obviously
No, he's
way more
definitely-
intelligent than me, and he's got more money than I'll ever have in my entire
and
fucking
he's
life.
definitely a businessman.
He's a businessman.
Now, so
Yeah, but it's like it would be kind of crazy to be able to just go on a social platform and like affect
and just
Fuck
put
over
over
one
20
message
million
out.
people. Yeah,
yeah,
it'd be
and just
insane.
be like, Imagine the power. It's like Homelander, but with stocks.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I
crazy.
love that. There's one person in America who can do that.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is
What?
if you look back on Rockefeller, nobody has ever had as much money as him. Like
Yeah.
if you go by inflation wise,
Really?
Rockefeller is by far the most rich person to ever exist.
The whole family.
Well, just Rockefeller, him.
What do the Rothschilds have a lot of money too?
The Rothschilds do as well, but it's split up between the
Yeah.
Rothschilds. is
It's
the thing.
so crazy.
Rockefeller was like one man that had so
Yeah.
much fucking money.
Yeah, I watched
The
whole
dude could
documentary
have
on
like he could have like reintroduced slavery if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
literally- bro.
I remember, like,
Oh
I
my
watched the
God.
whole documentary. I won't go into like depth about it, but that can get my names mismatched because there's a lot of those people, like the Morgans, and
Morgan was at the same
Rothschilds.
time as Rockefeller.
yeah,
Between those two, I think they had
that
like
family is so
70% of the money in the world.
Yeah,
just
that-
between the two of them.
and that family is so notorious. Well, it's not notorious because people don't know about this stuff, but like they've been going for ages. I remember I was watching a documentary back when, like, I think Julius Caesar or something, not Caesar, Napoleon.
Mhm.
Napoleon was going to war or something, and I don't have all the facts, but basically, I think it might have been the Rockefellers got wind that he was going to war, and they did something on the stock market beforehand. It was insider trading way back in the day, and they basically told everybody, kind of like what we can say Elon said. They put out false information that he wasn't going to war or some shit.
Yeah.
Bought a bunch of stocks for like nothing, pennies, and then
They just
the result turned around the opposite. Once real news got to people, and then they're fucking. And they already had like God amount
Zach-
of money. too.
Zach Series like that's because Rockefeller was a whole lot of under the table and over the table, and then he goes and the table.
Yeah.
And Rockefeller was the
If you
table.
look into that, like the history of that family, and like to the even today standard, it's insane. The
Yeah.
amount of influence
Oh,
and money
dude,
that
it's
they have. It's
Absolutely insane.
it's scary. It's really scary. But most people don't know about. I mean, you might know you've heard the name before, but isn't it crazy? Some like a family and a name could have so much power, but it also like most people don't know that or
Yeah.
even hardly know the name. Like that shows how much power you have.
Yeah,
There's
There's a liquor brand called Diego. You ever heard of them?
No,
They own all the biggest liquor brands you've ever heard of.
I'm sure. Yeah,
Any liquor brand you can name is owned by Diego.
but that's how you know that they're mega successful. Like the
Mhm.
fact that you have no idea they exist is like insane. It's insane. Just like TV, and I'm not gonna go into conspiracy theory here, but like a lot of like programming is owned by
It's-
umbrella companies
It
that
is
own
insane
everything.
how easy it is to control people, and I hate to say that because even I've fallen
Yes.
into it.
Oh, I have too.
Bro. It's insane.
People don't have time to know this shit.
It-
I'll be honest. I found it out from other people who are way smarter than me that have done the research. I would have no fucking idea. In my day-to-day life,
Yeah.
working I'd say 9 to 5, but it's not 9 to 5, but you know what I mean. Like
Work your bullshit fucking schedule.
working your bullshit job and paying your bills and your mortgage.
How
and
are
trying
you
stay
supposed to
ahead.
look into this and
There's
see
no
the
way you have
connections?
time to figure this shit out.
It's insane.
The average American is not gonna know.
And then, you know,
Super
they want to come up.
American.
The average American's dumb, and it's like, no, they're
They're not. They're just
they're just
surviving.
over-encumbered.
They're taking care of their family. Yeah, exactly. They have too much on their plate.
Yeah,
And even
especially because we have so much obesity, too much on our plate, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's because of the GMOs, you know.
I have no problem with GMOs personally, but
Yeah, but Bill Gates.
oh my god, did you hear about the Bill Gates thing?
No.
He just bought like so much land. I forget what the number is, but he
Yeah.
bought a lot of land. He's
That's
the
scary.
largest farm owner on the planet.
Yeah, I
Did you know
believe
that?
it.
Did you know?
I
Yeah.
didn't know
The
that.
largest farm owner. on the planet.
Yeah.
You would have never thought about the guy that made computers.
Did you know Jeff Bezos is like really yoked?
Bro, I bet you
Super yoked.
I will bench I will outbench
you
Bezos.
cannot bench Bezos.
I will outbench Bezos. I will lift more
Then
than
we looked at a picture of him. Like
yes,
from
but he was
signs,
leaning on a
yoked.
sign with his biceps. Bro.
Yeah.
If I fold my biceps
Let me
over that
see here.
sign, huge.
Let's see if we have this
And
information.
those are biceps. That's not even chest muscles. That's not shoulders,
Let's see
bro.
what is Jeff Bezos.
Listen, my shoulders are fucked, but I'm still strong. All right. What is Jeff Bezos? Ben, did you just look that up?
Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm looking at, let's see, interview from New York Post to 2022. I've never been in better shape and feeling I get after a great workout is unmatched. The West Chelsea resident works out 7 days a week for at least an hour. In addition to boxing, he regularly lifts weights and bench and can bench press up to 250 pounds.
That's exactly what I can bench.
No.
That is exactly what I
Seriously?
bench. That is exactly my max. Exactly.
I guess we both got to take a shot then, right? 'Cause it's like exactly.
All right, 3 howls it is.
Oh God. Oh God.
No, I'm kidding. What do you want? Diamond rubber?
I'll take diamond. 3 howls.
I'll
like
do
that.
3 howls. I'm
Dude.
trying to get rid of it.
Dude, exactly what you can bench.
That's 250s
Are you
exactly.
serious?
Exactly.
What are the odds of that? So I was listening to a podcast. I'm not to shout out another podcast. I might have said this last time. I don't think I did. The Workaholics guys. Have I talked about that podcast?
Slightly.
Yeah. I listened to them lately.
Oh, that's so bad.
They had a
I have a canker sore right now, and when this goes over it, the amount of burn is like more than the Terminator felt in the first
the
movie.
lava.
The second movie.
Second movie, yeah. So they had a
At least it's clean.
yeah, exactly. Cleaned it out. They did a little bet. It was Blake and Adam, I think. They did a bet to see what the showing time of Shawshank and Forrest Gump, and one of them said that one was longer than the other. Well, whatever.
You know they came out the same year?
I didn't know that, but they apparently have the exact same length showtime.
Really?
Yeah, and it was funny. They were talking about on the show, like, what the hell is that happening?
To me just
And that-
sounds like
and that's what-
market. Like this is
Yeah.
what their audience
Yeah,
like. This is the
maybe.
length they want to watch. You know?
But it just reminded me of that, how
like
the
down to the
bench press
second
is
or down to the minute?
down to the minute.
Okay, down to the minute.
I don't know if they looked at the seconds.
If it was
but
down to the second,
yeah.
I'd be like, holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, but it was just funny. I was like, wow,
I feel like there is an ideal range of time. I think that
They're both
range.
very long.
Here's my thing though.
Let's see.
I think there's an ideal range of time, but
Yeah.
I think it changes over time. Like I think now people like to go watch a longer movie. I think
You think so?
personally, yes.
I don't know.
I think people when they pay $17 for a movie ticket, I think they want more bang for their buck nowadays.
See,
You know, I think it's. I want to sit here. This is something I'm doing today. I want to
Okay.
come in here. I want to watch this for
Yeah.
3 hours, 3.5 hours.
I see
Yeah.
that. So I see that part of it, definitely the value for it. But I'm sitting here thinking like, we have like TikTok now, and people have very short attention
Mhm.
spans.
That's me with
So-
iPhone, bro. Like it's ruined my attention. span. This is the only thing I focus
TikTok-
on for more than.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say
20
TikTok has
And my work,
absolutely ruined
obviously,
me.
but-
It has ruined me as well.
I don't
So
go
I
on
feel like-
TikTok. I barely touch TikTok.
It was like heroin, probably.
Oh,
I don't know.
fuck.
I've never done heroin, but like I'll be 100% honest. I got introduced with it because I was gonna plan on try to market the show a little bit more. Made an account, made maybe 1 or 2 videos. Like I shouldn't be making videos right now for it. And then I just got on it. And I was like, "What's popular? Maybe I can find something to boost the show."
That we could do a
Got fucking caught in that
2
shit.
hours later.
Yeah,
Ha.
no, and then for years, it's been out for years. I've avoided it. I'm like, I'm too old for this shit. And then it got me somewhat recently, and now I'm like, I see it. It does ruin like your attention span.
No, my attention span has
Absolutely.
been destroyed,
But
and I gotta tell you,
I-
I'm working on it. Like
yeah,
I'm trying to
I'm
get it
trying
better.
to as well. But I have been introduced to iFunny.
You know what's the best remedy?
What?
Books.
I've been listening to books. I
No.
haven't been reading books.
Well, you also listen when you work.
I work.
Probably.
Yeah.
Try
that's when I've been listening
to
books.
read a book, maybe. You know.
Yeah. No, but even listening to them has been great. I've been reading the Dark Tower series, which I'm not
Stephen
talking
King.
about before. It's great. So good.
I'm gonna go up here real quick.
Okay. I'll talk to the audience about it.
Talk to them about what you've seen on TikTok.
I haven't seen anything about Stephen King on TikTok, but books are great. I agree, Aaron.
are great.
But at work, I've been listening to a lot of books because the Stephen King series, actually, the tattoo I have, which I'm about to get, I can't really. Anyway, you can't see it, but it's a K. It's a K and an A, and it's here actually. It's from a Stephen King book called The Dark Tower, which they made a movie, which turned out really bad. But it's a K. It's K-A. It's a wolf because wolves are cool, and there's in there.
You got so desperate you tuck into your tattoo.
No. But I was gonna say books are great. I've been listening to the Dark Tower series. It goes with my story. It's like 8 or 9 books long, and I'm on book 4 right now. And each book, like the first book wasn't too long. The newer books are we're looking at like like 34 plus hours of audio listening. Yeah. So, and I'm in early August, I'm going to get my Dark Tower sleeve a little bit started more. But yeah, books are great. Even listening to it though is good.
No, it is good. It really forces you to focus on one thing for a while.
Yeah, and
you know what's
storytelling is awesome.
I told somebody I know that I had a podcast today, and I talked to them for a moment, and they're like, "Man, I hate podcasts," and I'm like,
"Why? Why would you do that?"
This is the first person I've ever told I have a podcast.
Yeah,
they haven't gone, what's the name of it? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
That's interesting. Yeah.
And this guy goes, I listened to this podcast, and they started off with a certain topic, which is what you and I kind of talked about at first, instead of just doing what we do now, where we just come in with some topics we want to talk about, bam, which is a lot easier for us, to be honest.
Yeah.
But harder for the audience.
I've never heard somebody say that before. That's interesting.
Well, he goes, they started off with the specific topic they were supposed to talk about, and then they just went off into like banter, you know? But he doesn't mean like in that episode. He means like the first few episodes were supposed to be this topic.
Yeah.
And then this specific podcast, he didn't tell me any names.
Yeah.
He goes,
it was
and then they just went off into whenever they wanted to talk. Exactly.
Yeah.
We didn't start any specific topics either, obviously. We've always had just banter.
But that's the thing, like
we want to chat about. But he goes, I hate podcasts now. He goes, I can't listen to them anymore, is what he said.
That sucks.
Yeah. And to be fair, I honestly feel this guy has like OCD, but
okay, well that could definitely be it. Yeah.
Well, it's good. It's good feedback for me to get, because I told him I was like, "That's what my podcast is. We just talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about."
But that's the thing. Like,
he's like, "I'm sorry, but I'm not going to listen to it." I'm like, "I don't blame you. That's your preference."
Yeah.
Man.
If you've got OCD, you got some like specific issues, like with things with that. That's fine. That's cool. What's Zach say here?
He said, "No one likes podcasts much due to just talking about current topics, and there being so many. Some with commentary channels. Hard to get an audience." Absolutely, Zach. So Trenton did a little bit of market research beforehand when we started the Mind Hops, and he said, what I've noticed is it's easier to build an audience based off of having a topic, like if we were a comic book podcast, or if we were a Marvel podcast, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's better in the long run to be kind of nebulous like we are, where we just come in.
Yeah,
buckle the fuck down, get a German audience, and talk about whatever.
Hey, our German audience is all strong as ever. It is our strongest audience.
Have you been checking it?
Let me bring it up right now.
All right, we're gonna check our analytics live. We're almost at 2 hours.
I was gonna say the most consistent audience we've had has been German for sure. I mean, and that's not in our majority. It's been our majority outside of the States.
It straight up makes sense because we're beer drinkers.
Yeah, exactly. But
they're like, we gotta get these.
It's kind of crazy to me though, like.
Wouldn't that'd be cool?
It's cool. I love it.
If this ever gets big enough to the point where we make like a decent amount of money off of it, we need to go to Germany and
I'm down.
Do a podcast.
So down.
Maybe during Oktoberfest even.
Yeah, dude, we've talked about it there.
Das Mind Hops.
So we're 5% German audience.
5%?
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, especially considering like I mean we're 92% United States, so 5% German is pretty fucking cool.
Man. Hell yeah. That's our second biggest demographic, right?
Especially considering like I've had no promotion. We haven't done any promotion towards German.
This is empty.
What is it?
It's your Pepsi vanilla.
Oh yeah, all those I think they're fucking empty. Wait, you looking for like a mixer? What are you doing? Grab a beer, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, help yourself. I went up to our favorite gas station. Not our favorite gas, but the closest gas station. Loaded up on some.
Oh, okay, the closest. I thought you meant the Metro.
No, not our favorite, but
I was gonna chug one more.
No, go for it, man. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. Yeah, and Zach, that's what when we thought of the name. It just kind of was very organic, and it was perfect.
We were at work.
Yeah, of
let's
course.
tell the story. Together, when we worked together, which we don't anymore.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, yeah.
But at work, we had a lot of time to talk, as you know, Zach. You know what we do.
Yeah.
And so one day I was just sitting there chilling. I'm like, Mind Hops. And Trenton's like,
love it, dude.
That's a great ass name.
It is.
And I'm like, you don't want to think about it anymore? He's like, that's a really good fucking name.
That was perfect.
And then we actually got on like scene and we were like, do you want to like just do Mind Hops? Because we thought about it a little more. We did.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were both like, I don't know if we're going to come up with anything better.
Yeah.
You know, especially not on the spot.
We were talking about like, it's like, man, we had so many
Like originally we didn't really want to focus on beer, which I don't think we are focused on beer.
We're really not.
Like we could do a whole sober episode. Nobody would notice. You know?
We've done several sober. Remember for a
You're right.
good period where we both were not drinking. You know,
Yeah.
it happens quite a bit. We just kind of got in the sweet spot lately with our work schedules where Fridays have worked out, which
to where we
been
can
great.
at least drink.
we can have a few beers. Yeah.
like tonight. I could black out. But,
Yeah. I could too.
I'm not going to.
Going to later.
Yeah, it's
No,
something to be an adult.
But it's cool because it's like it's a central point where you can go to the name, and it's something we can talk about at the beginning of the podcast. But it also leaves us open to also the name, just hopping around to different topics, which I think is
Yes.
cool. And I get how people like if they're big Star Wars fans or like whatever they are, like they would want that niche. They want to listen to get a certain
Like I want to know what Kylo did.
yeah. Like they want that news feed or that's something that
Are you a Star Wars
interest to 'em. I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I'm not adverse to it. I like it. I like Star Wars,
Gotcha.
but
All right, go ahead and finish your
it's
sentence.
not my favorite. But not my least favorite either, though. I appreciate it. I feel like that's what Mine House is about. Like just kind of jumping around, you know?
Whatever we think about it. If there's a tangent,
Tangents, yeah.
run with it. Except for King Cobra. We don't follow King Cobra anymore.
I do, but off the pod. But and there's totally nothing wrong with the other podcasts. Like if you're passionate about something like biking or like I don't know Star Wars or whatever it is, like that's your thing. That's what you identify as. That's cool. Tattoos.
It's
you know?
probably on here somewhere.
It's definitely on there somewhere, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think both of us, when we were talking about this podcast initially, like we kind of want to leave ourselves open because I think it's fun to just.
I think the good thing about the two of
do
us
that.
is we have a lot of knowledge about, like a little bit of knowledge about a lot of things.
Yeah.
So we really can dip into a lot. of stuff. I
Yeah.
think that
Or
helps.
not, maybe knowledge might be being generous, but
Facts, like one or two facts.
facts or just opinions. We have opinions on lots of different things, right? And I think being pigeonholed into certain things would
Stunt.
not be as fun for us.
I think
You know what
they
I mean?
stunt the growth in both.
But not even just growth, just for our own enjoyment, because this is
Yes.
our hobby. I mean, we want to
Well,
grow
I
into
do
something
want to
more than
grow.
that. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and we will.
I want, yeah.
But like we're thinking in the future too. We don't want to just talk about Star Wars all day. Like even if
we don't want to just talk about the boys all day.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about fucking poker all day. I love poker. I could talk about poker all
The
day.
amount of tangents you've got.
I
on
could.
Poker, I love it.
But
I'm going to Vegas, by the way, in 3
When?
months. I have to find an airplane for it, though. So.
you can't just take one like GTA.
I
Steal
will,
one
I
and
will tell you
fly.
right now, Trenton, if I were to fly a Cessna to Vegas,
What are you
it
doing
would-
to Vegas? 3 months from now.
gambling.
Mm,
I'm going. So my
So-
birthday is September 26th.
okay.
We're going October 14th.
26.
And one of my buddies
Wait,
has
you're
the
going
same
when?
October 14th.
Oh man,
What?
I love gambling.
One of my
I
one of
love
my
Vegas.
one of my buddies, his birthday is September 29th, and we're going for his birthday.
Mm.
And we're staying with his parents, which his parents are cool as shit.
So you're going in October or September to
October.
Vegas?
October. We're going for his 21st birthday. He's a little bit
Okay.
younger than me.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
Is it the buddy of the podcast?
No, you wouldn't know him.
Okay.
It's not anybody you've ever met.
Okay.
He used to live here.
I've
and
actually
now
never been to Vegas.
He lives in Texas. So
Okay.
he's a longtime friend. Very
Okay. Cool.
good person. I'm excited to go see him, honestly.
Yeah. What are you gonna gamble? What are you gonna do?
What games?
Yeah.
Don't
play blackjack. Blackjack.
blackjack. Why can't I play blackjack?
You can play blackjack.
I was gonna play roulette, probably. I want to learn craps. I don't know craps that well.
Craps is tough.
I would-
There's a lot of shit going on.
I would
with
like
craps.
to learn craps. and
You can
play
learn
it.
craps before you go.
I will tell you right now, I would not play slots.
Good call. Good call. That's
I-
like a mom game.
I
There's
might-
nothing wrong with being a mom.
I might play. What is it? Flaming Tens.
I don't know what that is.
I think there's a game called
Yeah.
Flaming Tens. I might play that.
Yeah.
I have to learn some games before I go. Obviously,
Yeah,
I
do
might go
some
down
research.
to Tampa to Hard Rock and try
Hey,
to.
if you want to, let me know.
Yeah.
You can go.
Hey, we
I'm
could-
a poker guy, but
Literally-
you know.
You split a room.
Yeah, I told you when I went on vacation in Daytona, I won 500 bucks in the high
I won't get slots, Zach, but I might get some craps. And I'm not Rain Man.
My man's gonna be crapping for
I
sure.
love the
Especially if you go to the buffet.
Have you seen the movie Rain Man?
Mhm.
I love how at the casino scene they're like, we don't know how the fuck you did it,
Yeah.
but you fucking did it. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. That's casinos, man.
but they were like, you're like,
Yeah.
we know you didn't do anything illegal,
Yeah.
but we know you
we don't
fucking
care.
did some
Yeah.
shit we don't like,
You
and
lost,
we still
lost money.
do not know how you did it. Nobody can count that far.
Yeah.
But
Get the fuck out of here.
get out of my casino. But no, I'm pretty sure I'm going. I'll confirm on the podcast in a couple weeks here if
Yeah.
I am or not.
Okay.
It comes down to the airplane.
I got
So,
you. I've never been to Vegas.
What if
what if
the pilots like both pass out? They're like, is there a pilot on board? And I'm like, this is my
like, like, is there a doctor in the house? But like, the plane in house.
But like
Flying.
somebody
Yeah.
better than a doctor, somebody who
Yeah.
can save everybody.
Somebody better than a doctor. I guess you could look at it that way. Yeah.
I'm gonna be like Doctor Strange. Someone's gonna try to
Unless-
grab the yoke. I'm gonna be like, no,
Well,
only my hands.
what if the pilot's having a heart attack, and the doctor
No.
can save the pilot
I would never
to fly?
but he still doesn't.
He's
feel
saving
comfortable to
everybody. He's
fly.
saving everybody in the
So the pilot has a heart attack. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
or maybe not a heart attack. He's having a medical issues.
He's having a panic attack.
Yeah, and the doctor can save the pilot. So technically, the doctor's saving everyone on the plane. I see what you're saying, though.
Mhm.
A backup pilot could save everyone too.
Yeah. So the doctor.
So you grab the doctor, get the fuck out of my way, and you grab the pilot. You're like, I'm just a pilot. I'll just save everyone right
throw
now.
him out the window.
Yeah, just
like literally like open up the airlock.
Yeah, you're
get
like,
out of my
There's
plane.
no time for this.
I'm the captain
Yeah,
now.
all laser, all you motherfuckers, stand back.
But obviously I'm joking.
Yeah.
But
But you
that
don't
would-
have laser powers. Obviously,
I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Obviously you haven't got.
I'm Annie, bro.
You haven't got temporary V yet. I would definitely be Billy the Butcher. I think. I don't know.
All right.
No, I wouldn't, but maybe.
So if you can guess the number between 1 and 10 that I'm thinking of, I'll chug this beer.
What happens if I don't? Do I chug it? Do I chug a different beer?
There's no consequence.
It's 7.5.
It was actually 7.4, but
Okay. All right, Ziggy. All right, we're gonna get you on stream here. I gotta go to the bathroom, and I gotta get another beer. So
oh shit,
enjoy this
my God.
240p camera.
It would have been really cool if I could have just burped the entire time he was gone. Yep.
Amazing.
I like how whenever I go to the bathroom, I kind of gave him like at least 5 seconds. Zelda segue. Aaron just said Zelda segue time. All right, Aaron, if you really want me to Zelda segue, there's a really cool topic. So GDQ is this thing called Games Done Quick that happens every summer, and I think there's a winter GDQ as well. And so Games Done Quick, what they do is they bring in a bunch of speedrunners for a game. Oh, sorry, Zach, I didn't mean to hurt your ears there. Anyways, they bring in a bunch of speedrunners, and they host different games every year. Like this year, they did Super Mario 64, and there's different categories. But for Legend of Zelda this year, what they did was Ocarina of Time, which is obviously the highest rated game of like all time. And they did the Triforce speedrun. You're gonna like this. You might want to listen a little bit. They did what they call the Triforce speedrun. And so if you know Ocarina of Time, which I do, and you watch the speedrun, you're gonna be like, that's fucking weird. That's super weird. That's really fucking weird. All right. So you get into this speedrun a good bit, and you start to notice this isn't actually Ocarina of Time. They're fucking with me. They called it a beta showcase, is what they titled it. All right.
Oh, what a beta move.
So really what they're saying here is this is all the content that was left on the cartridge that you couldn't find. Your headset's close. That you couldn't find in the game. So basically content left in the cartridge, not found in the game. Like they took it out of the game. All right. That kind of sounds believable because cartridges can hold a lot of memory. It's a cartridge.
Okay.
All right. So once you get about halfway into this speed run, you start to realize this is bullshit. Like they're melting Zora's Domain, which you never thought was Zora's Domain. It's always frozen in the game.
Yeah.
There's this giant rupee in the fucking Hyrule Field, which doesn't exist ever. Giant rupee. I'm talking like 3 times the size of Link. All right.
You're talking mods here? Game mods?
Nah, not really mods. All right. I don't really know how to explain this. They kind of made their own thing. So what this leads back to, whenever the first trailer for Ocarina of Time came out, there was a scene in the trailer and someone got the Triforce out of like this huge chest. All right.
Yeah.
That never happened in the game. It was in the trailer, but it was never realistic in the game. It got pulled from the final cut. You never actually get the physical Triforce in the game. So
Okay.
for 20 something years now, since the game's been out, people have been looking for ways to get the Triforce because it has to exist in the game. It was in the trailer. They fucking coded it, right?
Yeah. It's
And-
gotta be. Gotta be.
And then there was also this unicorn fountain thing, which is similar to like a fairy fountain. All right.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Aaron got me on the topic here, bro.
No,
she
you're good.
did it. So the unicorn fountain, there's fairy fountains in the game. The unicorn
I'm not talking
fountain
about that's why you're
looks, go ahead.
listening.
The unicorn fountain looks like a fairy fountain, but it has like 3 unicorn heads in it. All right. And everyone's like, that's where the Triforce is. We got to find that in the game. The Triforce is in there. We got to get there. So this speedrun that I'm talking about right now, the beta showcase, isn't actually a beta showcase. What it is these people went through and they basically made their game in the Ocarina of Time engine, and it was called the Triforce Run, basically. It wasn't actually Ocarina of Time. So they get close to the end of the run, and then what happens is they get the Triforce, and like, this isn't over yet. And then it gives you 3 options. And you can tell throughout the entire run, it's goofy as hell.
Yeah.
Like, this shit doesn't exist. Like, bit by bit, it gets more and more ridiculous, all right? And so there's 3 options, and I forget what the other 2 were, but one of the options was see into the future. And they go, well, obviously we're going to see into the future.
Yeah.
And what it brings up is Link from Breath of the Wild, even the 2017 Zelda game,
What?
but in the Ocarina of Time engine. And so that's the point
crazy.
where everyone's like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
They're like, you made
Yeah,
this
yeah.
shit yourself.
Dude
And, they,
does.
and that was what was really cool about it, is because GDQ doesn't usually do jokes like that.
Yeah.
They never do. And I was really happy to
GDQ
see
was that.
games done quick.
Oh,
So they bring in speedrunners to like
Okay,
speedrun
yeah,
games,
yeah.
like Sly Cooper.
Right.
They had a Witcher one.
Ooh, okay. That's
But
dope.
yeah, so these people, they literally just speed ran their own game that they made.
That's
And then they
funny.
passed it off as a beta showcase for Ocarina of Time.
Ah,
And
that's
I
okay.
watched the whole thing and I was engrossed. I was like, no way this was on the cartridge, you know? We get
Yeah,
about 40
yeah.
minutes into it. I'm like, this
Oh,
is
it's
bullshit.
bullshit.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they're fucking with me. But it was still
Trolling.
really cool to watch. It was
That's
really
dope.
neat to see because I know all the shit about Zelda. Like,
Yeah.
I've always known about the Triforce in the trailer. I've always known about the unicorn fountain in the beta showcase.
Yeah.
Like-
unicorn fountain. That's pretty dope.
It doesn't actually exist in the game, but you know the fairy fountains do, and it's very similar to those. But they bullshitted people the whole speed run.
Yeah.
It was great. They actually kind of got me a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, about 40 minutes of that speed run, they got me. You know, and then I think it was a 58-minute speed run, so more than half of it, they had my ass. Like, I'm like, no way! I'm like, this is awesome.
That's awesome. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks for.
That's
on
Aaron's
that.
cue for me to stop.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I was about done anyways. All right.
No, that's pretty cool. That's cool. It's unique for sure.
No, it was awesome. I really enjoyed watching.
Should we do a book club?
A book club?
Yeah. We
Well,
suggest books.
There's
watching.
Legend of
or
Zelda
reading,
mangas.
listening.
Did you know that? I have them.
No, I didn't.
I have
didn't know
Zelda.
that.
I have Zelda mangas.
Okay. Well, you
Yeah.
want to suggest? Is there one you want to?
The Twilight Princess.
Twilight
ones.
Princess one? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your book. My book. This is for Erin because she likes to read, right? So,
Read my lips.
yeah, Dark Tower series, Erin. You should read that. It's Stephen King's greatest book of.
Are you
Greatest
segueing us
series.
out? Are we done?
No, I'm going back to Dark Tower. She talked about books, so like, I think there's 8 or 9 of them. So
Yeah.
it's like Lord of the Rings, but with Clint Eastwood.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the main character is like a gunslinger, and he like travels. through
I knew
different- Yeah, it's really fucking good.
My dad read all of them, so he's
What?
about them.
Seriously,
Yeah, he read all of them.
dude, that's awesome.
Every single
I'll
one.
get your dad back on. About it.
My dad's never been on.
Well, he was standing by.
He was in that fucking doorway over there.
right.
We can get my dad on sometime if you
That'd be
want.
cool. We can do it like remote if he doesn't want.
We have to get him really drunk though.
Oh, would he?
He would come on.
Yeah,
He would come on, absolutely.
we should do it.
But would he drink as much as I want him to? Is where I kind of wonder.
Could we get him like comfortable at his house and remote? Because I feel
Like
like
his house.
well, he's close.
I'd rather.
I know he's not somebody like he's very responsible. Your dad's very responsible, which is
Yeah.
a good thing.
But he'd
So
ride-
you think
he'd ride
he'd
his
be more,
fucking
you think
bike
he'd be
over
more
here.
comfortable like being at his house and just getting really drunk, and we'll do a remote.
I think we'd have a better chance. But we're so close that we
We
could just get a
are.
ride.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If he got a ride, it'd be the same.
Okay,
So,
that's something we can think about for sure.
but that'd be funny. That'd be funny.
I'm only
23,
for it.
32,
Yeah.
54,
Hey.
55. I don't know.
That's cool.
He's in his 50s, mid 50s.
And then I'll Skype my mom and no.
Man, his birthday's coming up. What should I get him?
Yeah. What does he like? Let's talk.
Hey, listen,
this.
Comments, chat, anybody who's listening right now. I need you to go to YouTube and comment for me.
Dad jokes?
Let me know, what should I get my dad for his birthday? It's in about 3 weeks here.
Okay, we gotta find out about your dad though.
My dad's a fucking dork. He's an absolute dork.
Okay,
He's a doofus.
He's a
great.
Dark Tower. He read all the Dark Towers.
He's read
some really
he's
good.
probably read almost
Is it like
every.
horror? So I mean, it's not horror. Dark Tower.
Is he
not
like
really
porn?
Horror.
Okay.
Stephen King did write those, but they're not really horror movies. They're like sci-fi books. Sci-fi, horror, fantasy.
Yes, definitely. They're not as scary as they are. Like, what the fuck's going on?
There's a lot of what the fuck, but it's Stephen King, so there's still dark shit going on.
No, he's probably read all Stephen King, and I know he's read a little bit of Joe Hill. You know who Joe Hill is?
I don't. Is that his son?
Yeah.
That has the
pen name.
Yeah.
Joe Hill's his pen name.
That's really cool. Like, how cool was that? Not to get a
That's
tangent,
really
but
cool.
I think it's really cool when you have like artists or like authors that have their children come and they're like the dude who wrote Lord of the Rings. His son. I don't know. Tolkien. Is it Tolkien?
It's Tolkien, yeah.
Yeah, his son has written some books for the Lord of the Rings and shit.
I did not know that.
And he's an author as well, but they also found some of his shit after he died. That like the similarity.
After who died?
After Tolkien died.
Tolkien's dead.
Dude, homeboy died a while back.
When did Tolkien die?
Why? He's old. Dude, those books are old, man. Rings author J.R.R. Tolkien. Let's see. I could be wrong. I know he's definitely dead. I'm looking at
he's super dead, bro.
He's super dead. He was in like when's the wars though? Like he was World War fucking.
Holy
I don't know.
Fuck, dude.
You didn't know that, dude?
He was born in 1892 in South Africa.
Dude. Yeah, but he was
English. Well, no, he was South Africa.
Really?
But he died in the UK.
No, he like a lot of the shit is like allusions to the war, dude. He was like in the war, like the elves and shit, like all that stuff is like.
He has probably read the Mercedes trilogy, Zach. I don't know, but he's more than likely has.
But yeah, homeboy's he's been dead for a bit.
Yeah,
he was in the British Army.
Wow.
He died in. Wait, no, he was in the British Army from 1915 to 1920. When did he die though? But he died a bit ago.
1973.
1973. Okay, yeah.
So 50 years.
Yeah. But his son.
Isn't that crazy?
His son
73 is 50 years ago.
That is insane.
I think I'm at the age where I'm starting to realize like just how short time is.
I was born in 89, dude.
I know you're past my age. Like you already know how fast time moves.
So
like,
I'm like 10 years.
Like you're like next week when we're on this again.
Yeah.
Is gonna be in no fucking time.
It will be.
And we're not even gonna think about this moment where we're thinking like how fucking fast is time, you know?
No, it's crazy, dude. Like it really is.
Damn, we've already been doing this podcast for a year and 2 months. Yeah,
we have. Yeah,
shit, dude.
It's cool though, dude. Like it's so cool. I'm happy. I'm glad we did.
I'll tell you what. There's nothing more motivating than noticing just how fast time moves.
For real, though. For real. Time.
Shut the fuck up, Aaron. She said next year is 2013. Can you believe it? You know what's funny is I almost believed it. I was almost like, holy shit, it's 2013. I was like, no, it's 2023.
Dude, that's how old I am, dude. I wish I was 2013.
Me too. 10 years ago?
Even if I went,
I would be 13.
Even if I
You'd
went,
be my age.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Even if I went 10 years ago, like, man, feel right. It would feel right. Time flies by quick. Like I still remember, like it's so cliche. I remember my graduation. I was fucking.
I barely remember.
17 or 18, but because I have a birthday in June, so I have like a weird birthday. I was younger than most of the people I graduated with. I think I was like 17 when I graduated, but it's crazy, man. It's crazy. You know when I graduated?
Huh?
Do you know when I graduated high school?
2007.
I think that's about right.
I was 2017, so
yeah, sounds right.
10 years older.
That sounds right. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know. I actually don't remember. I was asking.
It was either 6, 7, or 8.
I think it was 2007. Yeah.
I just guessed right in the middle there.
Yeah, no, that's good.
But yeah, Joe Hill is Stephen King's son.
Yeah.
And
I think
That's
I
his pen
did.
name.
I think I did look up something about that because with when I started listening to the Dark Tower series, because it took him a while to finish it. He actually didn't think he was going to finish the whole thing. He thought he might die before he finished it because writers are weird, you know. So that like George R. Martin, the guy that did
Elden Ring, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Like he was like, so it took him so long. I don't even know if he finished Game of Thrones yet. To be honest with you,
I haven't finished Elden Ring, so yeah.
I haven't finished Game of Thrones, and I don't think I will because
Are you
apparently the
serious?
last season sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the last season's pretty trash.
but like I think
It's worth dragging yourself through.
I don't even know. I have to look into this. I could be totally off base, but I don't know if he finished the last book or not. He probably did, but I know there was a big gap between the last book. Like he was taking forever. And
It's not out yet. It's still not out
It's
today.
still not out. Okay,
So season
I
8
am
of Game of
correct.
Thrones finished in 2018
So
when
they-
I came back from Europe. Okay.
Okay, so
And he has still not
so
released that last
is-
book.
So that is correct.
That is so shitty, bro.
That is shitty. And he didn't even know if he's going to finish it before he died. And Stephen King, from what I actually saw a video of him talking to Stephen King. George R. R. Martin and Stephen King were interviewing each other, some sort of video. And George R. R. Martin's like, how do you write so much? And like he was talking about how Stephen King writes like all the time. And I'm sure if I look at his work, Stephen King has probably done a lot of stuff. And George R. R. Martin's like, I'll spend, a year and I'll write a page or whatever. I don't know the process of what it is.
My dad's read Dean Koontz, Aaron. A lot of it.
That sounds very familiar.
He's another author, similar
Yeah.
to Stephen King. My dad's read a lot of
I
it.
probably have.
I've read
probably
one book by
stuff
Dean
on Dean
Koontz.
Koontz stuff.
I've only read one Dean
Um,
Koontz book personally.
Anyway, so
You're
but-
saying he spent like a year
he
without writing
spends a lot,
page.
but according to George R. R. Martin and Stephen King's like 100-fold, like way faster of a writer than George R. R. Martin. But when I was listening to a lot of the books, the first 4 books of the Dark Tower series, because he started that like I don't know, 70s or 80s, the first book.
A long time ago.
Long time ago. There was like, how like in books they have the pre-references where they like do like author's notes and they talk about the book and stuff and whatever. And even in the audiobooks, they read everything. So they're like, yeah, this is, the author's prerequisite. And Stephen King is talking about how it took him so long to write this book. And then the second book, it's like, it took him 10 years to write a book between a book. And he's like, I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this. I'm sorry for my fans that it took me so long. I know people have been waiting for a long time for this next addition to it, blah, blah, blah. And so there's a lot of that. I'm up to 4 books now. And I think there's like 8 or 9. But for a long time, he like in his prerequisites, he's like, I don't know if I'm going to finish it, but I'm sorry it took 10 years to do one book to another book. I can only imagine like being somebody who's an avid book reader and waiting like 10 years for the next book to come out. Like, especially nowadays, people like they wait for like a year or 2 for like a Netflix season to come out. You imagine waiting 10 years for a book to come out? Like,
Dude, that's whack.
It's crazy.
I mean, I gotta say, I think George R. R. Martin.
yeah,
I think he takes into account I have to make sure this makes sense with everything else.
I think he definitely proofreads everything. And
I
does
think he's
way.
big on that, and I think
Yeah.
Stephen King writes a lot of standalone stories.
He does.
I think
he
that's-
does. He
I
definitely
think
does.
that's
I think
the big-
Stephen King, and the thing is, between the 10 years, I'm sure he wasn't not writing in those 10 years. He was just doing 100 other books. You know what I mean? And he was just just putting a lot of stuff out. It wasn't like he wasn't doing anything. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? But
I agree.
yeah, the Dark Tower is really great. The greatest thing
Aaron
about
said
those.
Twitch is telling her she's sending too many messages.
What?
Are you allowed to send more messages, or are they just notifying you?
That's weird.
I've never heard of this.
I haven't either.
What the fuck?
And Zach's on YouTube. By the way, Zach, are you back on YouTube? Are you making videos?
He is. I
He
watched
is?
him.
Okay. Oh yeah. I saw.
He's made
a couple.
2 in the last month, I think.
Okay.
he's
So
moving.
Shadow Tech, guys, check out Shadow Tech.
Yeah,
If you're listening to
Shadow
this on-
Tech on YouTube.
Spotify.
SHADOW capital TECH. Go check
Okay.
him out.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah, dude.
What the?
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Aaron's heated right now.
I don't blame her, dude. That's crazy.
Do you want to move on to our Akinator episode? I think
Yeah, yeah.
213 is
Yeah,
long
yeah.
enough for a normal
Yeah.
episode.
We're gonna wrap this. We're gonna go back on. We're gonna do a quick Akinator. If you guys wanna join us, we're gonna do Akinator about some superheroes.
Yeah.
And then I might stream later. I might play some games later.
Do you have the outro on your laptop?
I do. Yes.
Cool.
Good call.
All right. Everybody, I want to say thank you for listening, watching,
Yes.
sniffing,
Sorry
feeling.
about the last week.
tasting.
We missed the week there.
Yeah, but we made up for it with a 2-hour and 14-minute episode this week.
We did. Do we ever get recording or no?
Not on the pod track.
All right. It's okay. I cleared enough space for us on this, so. Yeah, on Twitch? No. All right. We're gonna